Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Woo. We're starting with the goddamn sirens, baby. What's up, everyone? This is Jez7780. What grinds my gears with another grand episode of the Gaming Grindhouse. A first. The first time the Gaming Grindhouse is around for E3. And I am here with my wonderful co-host, Mr. Frogs Dope Gaming. What are you up to, man?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Just been watching all these things going on today. Today has been a wild day.
Oh my God, wild.
This week has just begun, and it's wild already.
Dude, it is wild. So just to say, like, we were gonna go. I was gonna go live last night, but I just had some stuff going on at my house. Like, the guy was fixing the front of my house, and it was taking a while. And I was like, he's probably gonna want to see me to make sure it's okay during the show. So I was like, dude, whatever. I'm like, we're gonna move this, and then we'll talk. And saying Ratchet reviews dropped today. That'll be an awesome topic for the GrindsBoard. So we'll just do that. So thank you everybody for hanging in there and just coming to tonight's show. But again, we'll be probably back next week, definitely with a live reaction. We'll talk about that for Sunday's show. Yes. Oh, baby. Oh, that's a good one. But anyway, Grinders, thank you very much. I want to see who came in. Jemiah, Dominic, what's up? The Coup1985 coming in here saying Ratchet doesn't look good. Oh, man, shame on you, shame on you. Nick, what's up? Who was the first? Brigade William Wildebeest. Oh, my God, what's up, man? How you doing? Neil, first one in here. What is up? Hit that like button, Jamal King. Impatient Fire, how you doing? Sam Ash, yo. Let's see who else is in here. We had Sergeant X11. What's up, Logical Nonsense? Yo. How you doing? Just Wait. Excellent. Excellent name. It says Phil probably congratulated his ex-girlfriends when they dumped him for more attractive guys. What a way to start off. Comment of the show already. Plus Ultra, how you doing? Aziza, how you doing? Calling Don Grinder. Oh, man, these grinders, they're fired up, Frogs. They're goddamn fired up. They can't wait for the game shows that we got for them later on. We're bringing back Guess the Philness. Oh, man, stay in tune for that. And we're going to do Xbox Bingo. Oh, man, my favorite. Hopefully, it'll be better than an old age home bingo, but we never know. Phil, make your way to the old age anyway. But we got something. Frog, what have you been playing since the last time we spoke?
So let's see.
What's up, Fabrice?
I've been rocking out the Biomutant. And been having fun with it. It gives me old, like if, N64 vibes, the Banjo and Kazooie and like those old N64 games. It just gives me those vibes, man. Like, and it's fun. I'm having fun. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it so far. Beat like 2 of the world bosses. And I don't think it's as bad as people make it seem. There's some minor shortcomings, but nothing major. What else have I been playing? Started trying to get into Apex, trying to learn.
Oh, really? Apex, really?
Yeah. I'm not really a huge Apex guy, but I'm trying to learn it. Was on Call of Duty the other day, just destroying people. And just having a blast as usual, man. I get on Call of Duty and just have fun.
Oh yeah.
But mostly, and then I beat let's see, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I beat part 1. Started part 2. Yeah, started part 2, and I was like, okay, this part 2 was definitely like a huge. It was always a good looking game, but it looks really good now, and it was a big difference right there. So I would say,
I watched you playing. I saw you playing that game. It actually looked pretty damn good. Definitely for the first one.
Really good.
Yeah, Mass
really
Effect
good for the first one. Yeah, especially.
What's up, gaming?
But when you go into that second one, you start to realize, like, wow, man, these games they just have incredible stories and incredible storytelling. But that's mostly what I've been rocking. Mostly just off and on Biomutant right now. Biomutant is kind of like my game to kind of play, until Ratchet comes out. Once I beat Ratchet, I go right back to Biomutant. Biomutant is an addictive game. Let me tell you something about Biomutant. It's a very addictive. It's one of those games you start to play. It's kind of addictive because it's open world. And it's kind of like it's it's a mixture of different games. It's it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's what they said about it. Like it had those.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. And here I was.
Hold on.
Save that energy for your.
Sorry, interference there. Yeah, they had a bunch of different different parts of it that they pulled from all different games and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it has some Zelda feeling, it has some Far Cry feeling, it has some Fallout feeling. There's a lot of different feelings from a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And what I can say is like it's really addictive to start when you start playing it. I don't know if you're a Zen kind of explorer, kind of adventure kind of person. When you play your games, I think you'll like it because I'm really like.
I'm definitely interested in trying it. I'm waiting for the PS5
I like
version.
Running around.
Like I want to wait for the PS5 update to it.
That's why I'm taking my time.
That wasn't a rush.
Because that's why I'm taking my time with it because I definitely want to see the PS5 version.
Yeah.
Because even though everyone's like, hey, it only runs at 1080p and upscale to 4K and 60 frames, I don't really think that takes away from it.
Yeah.
Because it's a fun game.
Sure.
It's a really fun game.
I want those triggers, man. I want those triggers working.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
What? New subscriber, Frog. We got a new grinder. Jason Summers is up. Arnold yelled in my ear. Welcome, Jason Summers, to the Grindhouse. Take a seat. Get cozy by the fireplace. We're going to go talk about gaming tonight, baby. But anyway, thank you, Jason Summers. All right. No, I'm going to tell you what I've been playing. I got actually video with my stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, baby. Here we go. Oh, man. Here we go. This is what I've been playing. Well, actually, I've been playing Resident Evil. Before I show this one, I've been playing Resident Evil 8. Frog, let me tell you. Okay. So, at first, I was like, I have a lot of bullets. I'm running around this mansion. A little bit of motion sickness here or there because there's something definitely wonky with the camera. I think it is too tight. Right. I think it needs to be pulled back. But otherwise, like, I did the house. I was fighting the witches. And you know what? Now that was kind of like a different part of the game. Now I'm in there. Now it kind of opened up, and now I'm in like there are other areas and stuff they go to, and they kind of broke open the game. And now there's definitely different themes. And I say the dollhouse, dude, that was some classic horror stuff. I loved it. That was awesome, and I am in it, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving this so much. Because I remember why I loved 7 so much. It's because it took the horror genre and it added different elements. Like you had your kind of, your Texas Chainsaw Massacre type feel. Then you had the different, the different types. So like this one, you have your kind of, lichens and things like that. You have this kind of like underworld type feel, and then you go from there to this vampire and type of Dracula stuff. Now you go into something like a Chucky and the puppet master and things like that. Now then you go into some more of the swamp thing, and so like they pull from different horror genres and they make it feel like a bunch of different horror genre games. And the 7 did that as well. And, they kind of did that where it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but then there was some zombies, but then you did this. And I really think it's a creative way of just Resident Evil being a representation of just the horror genre and just appreciating the different aspects of horror. Yes, in the world of zombies and the T-virus and stuff like that, you kind of scratch your head going, okay, it's just every excuse to make this virus, applicable to different horror things and how it works. But you know what? It's fun. It's fun, and it's friggin'. I love horror, and the fact that it does that, I'm in it. I like it a lot. So like, I'm feeling the Resident Evil 8, loving that. Returnal, I got to the last notch of the boss. I am trying to finish the 3rd level, dude. Oh my goodness, dude! Like but I know the pathway now. I know the pathway for Returnal. I know how to get through that 3rd biome. I know the markings. I unlocked the bridge, so I know where to go.
And you know what? That's what Returnal's about.
That's what it's about, man.
Your experience, yeah.
That's what it's about. And if you hear me drinking, I'm sorry. Like I'll move away from the mic, but it's Long Island iced tea night, baby, because we're E3 pre-show. I'm probably gonna need 2 of these after E3, but it's Long Island iced tea night. So, and doing that, and then the other game, talking about one of the topics on the GrindsBoard, the friggin' bangers dropping this week on PlayStation. I got my hands on Guilty Gear Strive. Oh, nice. Baby. Let me tell you something. So here it is. Here's some gameplay I got here. Let me tell you something. I played Guilty Gear before, but so I know some of the characters, but I got hooked on the beta. And I really enjoyed how they did the online system. So this is me just messing through the tutorial in the beginning. But I liked how they did the online system where you have an avatar, you walk around these environments, and you just kind of like hit somebody with your weapon, and now that kind of you challenge them. And you customize your avatar and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I think Namco Bandai did something like that with the Dragon Ball Z type like lobby system. Like, it's not just like a lobby. It's kind of like a mini game within the thing. Like, you could unlock things for your avatar and stuff like that. So I do like those interactive lobbies, and it's pretty fun. And you could like shop and you hang out at the bar and stuff like that. Man, Buddy Cat, dude, it is friggin' awesome. But the animations in this game, what it does for like a 2D fighter. I'm gonna get to the actual fighting. When it pulls around, like, it is 3D, but with like kind of 2D animations. Here's your character list. I think it's 1, 2, 3. There's like 15 characters, I believe. And then I got the season pass unlocked to give me. You get another 5 characters, and you get more story DLC, another story expansion, and you get the 20 colors that I'm showing here. You get for each character. And you get 20 colors, and you get 10 colors for the 5 new characters that you're going to get as well. But, man, the animations, transitions, PS5, also PS4. But, dude, and then I love the level stuff. I love knocking people off of levels and going to another part of the level. And they got this in this game. And I just think the animations of how it pulls in, like it spins around 360. The backgrounds are incredible, as you see in here. I'm in love with this shit. Is awesome.
Do you have to know the story of all of the Guilty Gears to play this one?
I haven't done the story yet. I'll let you know probably next week or whatever when we do the next show. But I haven't done the story. I just done a bunch of exhibitions. I played a ton with my son. We played a whole bunch. And,
cool.
You know, just because every character is... See, that part, that was so cool. Like, the end where it does a slash, like, it really just pulls it into 3D. Like, it just spins it around the character. It looks incredible. Like, it looks like some anime, and when you do those crazy moves and stuff, man, it is so awesome how they done it. It's definitely looks different from a traditional 2D fighter, but then it just spins around and has this 3D environment as well. And dude, it is fast. And what I like is like every character, it's not like just a modification. Like every character is totally different. They have totally, like, they're from different realms, the water realms, the witch, the guitar That's witch. Cool. Like, it is just insane how cool it is. And I'm just really digging this fighting game. Like, it is just the fighting. That guy had a crazy move there. And here comes I give him and I love giving them the CFDs. There it is. I give him the CFDs. I throw the Kraken at him. That's why I roll as May, because I do I throw the whole goddamn Sea of Thieves game at him. Here's all the missing content of Sea of Thieves. Here it is. Watch. Here it comes. Here comes the missing content.
Oh my gosh.
This is the content we would like to give you. The missing content of Sea of Thieves. There it is. Woo! But anyway, Guilty Gear. Loving it. Just got it today because you can get it early if you do the deluxe edition. And also the season pass is $5 cheaper. It's $30 if you buy it. But it's $25 if you get it within the bundle. And it's a $60 game. So,
CJs, I told everybody between what did I say, May and June, there's too many games coming out.
Dude, we're gonna talk about that. But anyway, you know what? So that's what we've been playing. We have an extravaganza today. I just did some highlights here. We're gonna go right to the GrindsBoard. So I have my new animation. Let me go. Let's get out of here. Let's see what the grind has been playing, and then we're gonna go right to the GrindsBoard because we got some stuff to talk about. Oh man, Ghostfire, what's up? Tone, yo, we got 70 people in here. Hit that like button, everybody. We're going to the GrindsBoard. Woo, Jemiah. Here he is. Febreze, the Ravenflow. What's up? Buck Rogers. Twisted Sink. Buddy Cactus. Hit him with the Game Pass filler. Oh, shit. There we go. All right, guys. We're going to the GrindsBoard. We got some stuff. Hopefully you like the new GrindsBoard intro. Hit me with the horns. Here we go. are the GrindsBoard, the other side. Oh, man. Oh, we got a special green topic. Oh, my goodness. Why is it green? Oh, my God. I don't know why. But here we go. And this is, all right. Frogs is here. So, Frogs, we didn't have you give your impressions of the Horizon Zero Dawn reveal because you had family in town. You weren't on the last week's show. What did you think of that reveal for Horizon Zero Dawn? Yes, you know, Forbidden. Oh yeah, that one. What did you think of that? Did you watch? You saw it, right?
Yeah, I watched it and I really thought it was clean. The underwater segments really were impressive. I think it's a bigger step than people think it's going to be, as far as just graphics. Let's just talk about graphics for a minute. Graphically, I think the game is a bigger step than people think it really is. I think people forget, and they don't really understand how weak the PlayStation platform coming into this generation with the PS5 really is. And what I'll say is, like, yeah, it was a leading platform last generation. It can do most things at 1080p, but it was running on some old Jaguar, technology. And I think that when people see Forbidden West compared to Horizon Zero Dawn, I think they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, yeah," because I think that's the big thing. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not impressive. It didn't look much different." It's a big difference when you go back and you look at them.
Oh yeah, just a character model. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason a lot of people are saying that it's not a big difference because it's been so long since they played.
Who said it's not a big difference? That's a drunker. Who the hell said that? What drunk? What? Oh my God!
So many people are saying that, and these are people on big podcasts.
Oh come on! Get the hell out of here!
All right, to me, it's a big difference. One thing I'm looking forward to, and I know they said something about 60 frames mode.
Yes, they did. That's watched that the next day.
Yeah.
Next day.
Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's 30 frames." And they said, "Look, we're streaming. All of our streams are at 30 frames." But it said, "Yeah, this is 60 frames mode." And I think that, and I said this before. I think it's not last week because I wasn't here the week before. We should expect the majority of our first-party games and probably third-party games to have some sort of 60 frames mode, at least a 30 and a 60 mode. They'll give you an option. And then, that 120 is if the game is just, it can do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect Horizon to get a 120 mode. Games like, games like a Fortnite, of course, but games like, Horizon Forbidden West, no. And what I kind of think may happen is just looking at this game, like everything, I can't wait to play it. I don't know if it's coming out this year. I think if it does come out this, I think it's a holiday game. Does come out this year. Yeah, I think it's right before kids go back to school, like August time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it may come out this year. Mm-hmm. And I think it's from what I've been listening to, what PlayStation is giving this year, I think it has the potential to be Game of the Year contender along with some other Sony games.
Look at it, come on, what the first the game had. This looks just like that game on steroids and even better. They addressed a lot of the combat concerns, the scaling, and the fact that you could jump around on anything, like that free running.
Oh yeah,
she has now. She could jump off of cliffs and not die.
I want to know if we can ride that mammoth. That's what I want to know. That part was awesome. That was just awesome.
Dude, that's they know. I'm just saying they know how to show a game, and their games could show.
It's very. But they're very consistent when they show something. They make you want to play it.
Yeah, man.
You get excited about it.
Like the fact that they could tell a story with gameplay is something that not like there's a lot of. Excuse me. If there's a lot of people just like talking about their game, like kind of giving you the pitch without showing it, which is a lot of kind of what Xbox had done on those inside Xboxes and things like that, where they didn't show a lot of the games. They kind of just talk to the devs and not really demonstrate it. And the fact that Sony's been able to do this, they've been doing this with Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2.
They've been able to consistently do it.
Consistently, you're right. It's not just one game. Yeah. It's not them resting their laurels on like on Uncharted or Last of Us. Like the fact that they're doing this, even with a Ratchet and Clank, and we'll talk about Ratchet and Clank. But the fact is like Ratchet and Clank is one of their IPs, but nobody really thinks of it as the IP, like a God of War, Uncharted.
Nobody thinks of it as a system seller.
Yeah, like it's just like, oh, there's Ratchet, there's Jack and Dexter, like, you know, and the thing is, there's been so many Ratchets that I don't recall Ratchet really having the kind of pull that I'm seeing with the reviews today, and we'll talk about that just as a must-have game. But they've been good. They're solid games. I just don't think, because I've been playing the older ones.
Yeah, all the Ratchet games score well. They all score well.
Like, there's a face. Yo, the peach fuzz, the hair. Like, I'm just, like, the thing is,
okay, yeah. That's the other thing I was going to say with the Horizon Forbidden West. Like, the whole face thing, I'm like...
Oh, my God, the face thing. Jesus.
Like, she's fat. I'm like, that got on my nerves. What I will say is, like, she's so detailed. Like, people just didn't even... They worried about if she got fatter, and they didn't realize, like, you could see like the hair follicles on her face. Like, that's how much detail it was.
We got 75 people in here. I was gonna save this for the GrindsBoard, and you're probably gonna hear it again. Get ready. I'm gonna tell you right now. If we see Halo gameplay, there is going to be a goddamn colonoscopy levels of zoom for friggin' Craig. Craig is going to get zoomed right up the ass for the analysis of him. I just can't wait because the little critiques like, oh, the sand is accumulating. Oh, this is... Let me explain something. Like, when you see this game and you see this, I watched this thing about 7 goddamn times. Like, because I'm imagining myself playing this and what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And that is effective marketing, and that is something that is hard to do. And the fact is that for the level of scrutiny that this game get, the zoom, the hairs, the zoom ins, Craig was as hairless as a goddamn baby's ass. All right? There was no goddamn peach fuzz on his face. The guy didn't even have goddamn teeth. Okay? And that wasn't even a zoom in. That was a freeze frame. Okay? That was a goddamn stop pause like this. That was not a zoom in at 300%. That's what that son of a bitch looked like. And then his brother Jerry, god damn it, he doesn't look any better. He just looks like a Craig with armor. So let me tell you this. When you start seeing Xbox gameplay, I hope the expectation is to zoom right up that Craig's ass and analyze that as well, because we have yet to see anything polished from Microsoft. Yet I hear it. I hear like these games are coming. Oh, but they're all right. They're fun with friends. But as soon as you zoom in, they're like, oh, why are you zooming in 300%? Look at this goddamn game. Microsoft has to... This is their competition, okay? This is their competition on the field. They're still in the goddamn locker room getting dressed. So this is where I say there is no time for them to pussyfoot around and give us time, show logos, Phil Spencer. Bullshit. The time is... Sony is not waiting, man. I love it. This is incredible because at least somebody gives a goddamn shit about games. Because I can tell you, I don't give a shit about services if they don't have the games in them. But anyway,
nope.
Now I get triggered with the goddamn shit. Long Island iced tea drive me crazy. Look, that shit drives on
this
thing.
What,
dude, look at this. Crazy.
There's a lot to talk about this podcast, and it has a lot to do with Sony, and it's unfortunate because it's kind of like I kind of wish we could have a conversation just about gaming, but I don't know how you have a conversation in the gaming space about a company that like Microsoft's Xbox, when there's nothing to conversate other than Game Pass, and people are just waiting to see. Like, there was a rumor that there was some game. It was like, oh, this game is going to Game Pass. I think it was like Dying Light or something.
Oh my god!
Like,
please.
And then the developers came out and they're like, no,
that was. Dude, that was Mick Foley. Don't listen to Mick Foley. I say Mick Foley. That was a Jeff Grubb insider. I'm convinced that Jeff Grubb's insider is fucking Sacco. All right, he talks to Sacco like goddamn Mick Foley. Dude, like he just said, like it's coming, it's not coming. Like I can sit here too, and I'll do a thing, right? You know what? I think on Sunday we're gonna see this, but maybe we'll not see this. My insiders told me. The thing is, I listened to what he said. This is on topic because I really don't want to bother with this bullshit on my GrindsBoard. But I'm just gonna say this. The thing is, if you have a prediction that something is going into Game Pass, all right, I think it's going to Game Pass. So it would be smart because they make the deal and stuff. that's fine. But when you go, quote, from what I heard, now it sounds like you got an insider that told you this is coming.
Mm-hmm. And the developers came out and smashed it. They were like, nope, this is
why
not
would they
on
smash
Game
it,
Pass.
Frog? Game Pass makes games sell enormous. Why would the developer come out and say, hell no?
Well, it's because, when you got big, I think that some of the games that are going in are going to be smaller experiences.
The thing is that the Game Pass shit.
How many games have been? Here's the thing.
Look,
how many games have been in the Game Pass?
Crazy.
We've gotten. Look, we got Game Pass games. How many games have been in the Game Pass day one that we got? They have been on that level of, a Ratchet and Clank or God of War or
still
even,
waiting, dude. They're coming. They're coming though. Frog, they're coming. Yeah. That's what we hear. So anyway, speaking about they're coming. Like they're waiting. They have all these games that we're looking at right now. They have this just sitting, waiting for Game Pass. This is what the initiative is working on. Something like this. This is what Perfect Dark's gonna look like. Right? Yeah. Wait. We got to wait to see, and we got to see whether that game is a full game when it comes out, because that's the whole thing. That's why Microsoft is in the gutter right now. They got to come out of the gutter, come to street level, and then go beyond that. Because they have dug themselves so far behind, and Sony has just continued to push forward. It makes Microsoft look even further behind than they really are, but they're still they have so much clout. They have so much to gain, because this is exactly what you expect from next gen. And on top of this, you can't even say Halo looks the way it's going to look because it's cross-gen. This is a cross-gen game. That's even worse for the Microsoft games.
I'll tell you this, man. This E3 will ultimately make me decide if I'm going to buy an Xbox or I'm just going to.
It's not even the E3, Frog. It shouldn't even be the friggin' E3. It should be the actual games.
But what I'm saying is, if they can show me they have things coming, then I'll say I'll wait for 2, 3. Because right now I have no reason to buy one.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool for them to say, hey, we got this or this or that coming. And I'm like, okay, well, 3 years from now, I own an Xbox. We know they're not going to catch up to Sony. We know they'll never be market leader again. Anybody that thinks that the Game Pass will even remotely help them be a market leader is crazy. I think that, people...
Yo, we got Merc in the chat. What's up, Merc?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Sorry, the PC community because Merc, just speaking of Merc, the PC community is they're so ecstatic when anything comes to PC. I know we'll probably talk about Uncharted, but my whole thing is with these games doing what they're doing, I don't think that, at the end of the day, what I like, Sony to keep their games on their platform. Yes, but they're expanding. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it really ultimately hurts them. Because PC, like I said, the PC community is really fickle. They're different in the console community. That's why when people talk about console and PC, I think they're two different entities in the way you talk about them. We're not the same kind of gamers. We don't game the same. PC gamers and console gamers do not game the same. They don't say, hey, you know what?
Dude, I'm going to say right now, the thing is that those PlayStation games... I'm going to tell you right now, those PlayStation going to PC is a bonus because those games look incredible on the hardware that they're running on console. And the fact that they're going to go to PC, that is something that, you don't get a lot of that on PC. I do find that from my PC experience that they're the whole pushing forward of PC gaming, of the, what Crytek used to do and try to push this high fidelity, incredible looking thing. I remember when Doom came out, when they brought Doom remaster, when they try to bring back Doom, how incredible it looked. It was pushing all the graphics cards. Everybody's like, I got to get the latest graphics card. I do think that now it's more about being viral or being more accessible, especially with the startup kind of stuff that's over in that's in Steam, Steam early access and things like that. I think there's more value in being the viral than pushing the system limits. I thought Cyberpunk was going to be that.
I agree.
Cyberpunk was going to be that level, I guess, but I just think that didn't really it hit, but it didn't hit the way it should have.
Do you
with
think?
The marketing.
Let me ask you a question because I don't get too off subject about PC console. Do you think we've reached, and when I say this, I'm treading very lightly here because I know how PC players, they think, but do you think we've reached, with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, Do you think that console and PC have reached another place where they're closer than ever again before that big leap comes for PC again? And the reason I say that is because I remember back in the day with the PS3 and the 360, console and PC were pretty close. Even though PC, obviously
early on, yeah.
And I'm thinking like right now, like console and PC right now, because people aren't going on. Not and here's the mentality I have. Not everybody's buying a 3080. Not everybody's buying these new graphics cards. Like less than a certain amount of the market plays at 4K. And most of the PC market that I see are playing at 1080.
I do think.
So what I'm saying is like,
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
I think we're very close again. As far as like console and PC is concerned, as far as like, hey, you can go out and spend buy a $500 box versus going to buy this graphics card because these consoles outperforming some of these 1080s and these 2080s. In my opinion, like I said, I'm not a PC guy, so PC guys are probably arguing.
I do think
I'm not here to argue that. All I'm saying is like I think that we're in a spot again where we've gotten to. It's kind of like the 360 and the PS3 era where we're closer to PC than farther away. Last generation was
a step back. Definitely.
Now we're so much closer, and I think that PC always we get closer, not the same level, but closer, and then like within like 2 or 3 years in this console generation, the PS5, they'll just freaking catapult. They'll be way far ahead of us.
Because it always is a generation of cards. Like I do think that. With the 1080s and the 1080s definitely were a placeholder. The 20s, I think the 30s are now where they want to be. But you could see where they're going is that you're still getting the same amount of VRAM. Like they're not trying to blow the cap off your PC with like, oh, we're going to put like 50 gigabytes of VRAM in this card.
Right.
What they're doing is giving you the same amount of VRAM or maybe incrementally higher, but they're giving you more optimization and more capabilities to utilize features in a game or develop stuff for a game to make it, to get more performance out of it. They're becoming more performant than just pure power. And that's the thing. Like just by throwing pure power into something doesn't necessarily mean that, that's going to matter. And that's where I do think the potential is there. There always has been a better potential for consoles to kind of to utilize or max out their output because of their closed environment. Whereas PC, it's hard to max that out because only a certain level of PC will experience it at the fidelity and stuff that you want. So they have those scalable assets on PC. But PC does have infinite power. But this is the thing. If you're going to go based off of resolution and frame rates, PC will always win because you control that. That's why I just don't, if you care so much, if it's like, I saw the people like what you're saying, back to Horizon, 30 frames, I'm not playing. Well, the thing is that if you're a console person, you have no goddamn choice. If they want to make that game 30 frames and not give you a 60 frame option, you're done. So guess what? Console is not for you if that's your mentality.
But it goes back to what I'm saying. Like I know these 30 series cards are smoking these consoles, right? I'm not a dummy, like, right? I am pretty sure any of these 30 series, but once again.
Well,
most people.
I got a 3060. I know that's the low end one, but it's just like.
Let's just say the high end 30 series are smoking these consoles, right? Because I believe these consoles.
But Frog, it's just a graphics card. It's not a system.
Wait. Okay, it's not graphics.
What's your CPU? What's your CPU? What's your hard drive?
What I'm saying as far as what these consoles is capable of just right now, and we're just talking about the graphics card side of it. I'm thinking like that 2080 Ti. They're comparable to 2080, that 2080 Ti. That the low, maybe a low 30 series. But what I'm saying is like, I'm just comparing to something as small as like that. Is that because a lot of people like they'll say, hey, well, the 3080 or the 3070 will smoke these consoles. Yeah, that's true. We know this, right? But we know these graphics. But my whole thing is like, what games on the PC are looking better than most of these console games, and the fact of the matter is most of these console games that are going to come to PC that are exclusive going to look better than games that are built on the PC and are only on PC for the most part, with the exception of maybe like a Microsoft Flight Simulator. So
exactly.
Like
J-Cat says, talking about PC parts is boring. Exactly. It's PC parts. But speaking about gens, right? What did you think about the news with the God of War and the GT5 being cross-gen games? Speaking about scalability, right?
Okay, here's my thing. I understand from a business point why Sony did it. If I had a company and I had close to 150 million consoles sold, and my next console's out, and I'm like, damn, man, we almost were close to pass, 11 million. Yeah, we need to go ahead and put this on our consoles close to 150 also. And the reason, because it's money, it makes business sense, right? I think that when you have a game that cannot take a full advantage, or it really just necessarily doesn't take full advantage of what your console can do, I don't think it's a problem. And I think that we'll probably see this for at least, I would guess, for at least the next until the end of 2022.
It's Twisted said it's 7, not 5. Sorry, typo. I typed it wrong.
Yeah, so I think we'll see this.
GT7.
Yeah, GT7. I think we'll see. Yeah, GT. I know what you meant. I think with like games GT. Like that, like GT7. Yeah, Gran Turismo 7 and like,
typo.
God of War. When you see these games on there on a PS4 and a PS5, I think that what you'll see is the biggest differentiator is going to be resolution and frames. That's what you're going to see. I do have a problem with it, no, because it's business, right?
Yeah.
But what I do have a problem with is the way that some of the big guys in the corporation came out there.
Yeah.
It made it seem like some of these games are only on PlayStation
gymnasts.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was a ball washing moment. They they learned from Phil Spencer how to wash balls, and they came out there and they said, "Hey, guess what? This game is PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5. And the next thing you know, we're like, wait, it's on PS4 also? And they're like, yeah. And I think they started realizing, like, hey, we can't pump enough of these consoles out. And this game and here's the thing, that also makes me think that maybe development for some of these games started on PS4 and they just couldn't do it. They were like, well, it started on PS4, so we might as well just do a PS5 version. Like Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War and Gran Turismo 7. I don't have a problem with this, other than the execs coming out and giving us false statements saying, making it seem like we believe in going forward. We're gonna leave it, we're gonna leave this thing behind, and Microsoft on the other hand is like, look, we know we can't really catch up, so we're just gonna put these games on our previous gen.
I got something for you.
So I mean, that's how I kind of feel. I don't have a problem with it.
And you're right. And the thing is that you're right. In the scheme of things, the way it was presented was that these were only capable on the PS5, and that these games were like the generations. This is the reason why you're gonna get a next gen console, and then realizing that they're also putting it on the PS4. You gotta remember what the time was and what the narrative was, and I think the reason why Sony positioned themselves as that is because Microsoft was definitely speaking about the series consoles as a transition and more of a not a revolution but an evolution of it. What?
I got these guys in the chat arguing about what the PC and the Xbox Series X is closer to.
Oh no,
2080. Oh god, 2080 Super. No, 2080 Ti's. No, 2060 Super. And they're just arguing. I don't know.
Look, it's a box of Philness. That's what it is. But this is what I want to show. So this is the thing, Frog. Remember there was a whole thing about Xbox chat. Filter yourselves, grinders. Calm down, grinders.
yeah. Let's get back
PC
to
grinders. Calm down, PC grinders. So so basically the thing is that what started this whole thing was the statement that was made right here yonder by the very few times that booty claps, because we don't see a lot of booty clapping. Phil keeps his booty tight and he puts that booty away. He protects the booty.
Clapping booty.
That's Phil protects his booty. He says, "Nobody look at my booty. This is my booty." He put him in the corner. Nobody look at that booty. That's my booty. Phil's an ass man. All right? Nobody looks at that ass except Phil. All right? That's Phil's ass. All right? Mr. Booty is Phil's ass. Nobody looks at that ass. That's my ass. So very few times does Phil let his ass go out in public. start clapping around and things like that. Otherwise, Phil keeps his ass locked away. You know, he puts it away. Put that ass away. So Booty started clapping early last year. He came out. Phil let his Booty take a stroll down the street, clap it away. And he said this. Xbox games will... Here he goes. He says this, which I think is a very funny... First off, this is hilarious from Windows Central. Pause. Exactly, Impatient Fire. Pause. Clap that booty. Pause. So, it's very interesting. Windows Central goes, Xbox... Just read the title, and then I'll read the quote. Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty clapping says exclusives will be cross-gen for a year after the Xbox Series X. For a year, you say? Let's go see what Booty was clapping when he was walking down those streets. His quote is, I don't know how you become a writer for Windows Central. Dude, wait, let me read you the quote. As our content comes over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down the family of devices, Booty Clappin explains. We want to make sure that if someone invests in Xbox between now and the Series X, that they feel they've made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content. Okay, so you launch with no games, and we're now in June, still no goddamn games. Okay, very good. What I think is very funny in here, so if you're an Xbox One owner who doesn't immediately upgrade to new hardware, you're going to be covered as the next 2 years of games will still be playable on your Xbox. Excuse me. How do you write an article saying that 2 years of games will still be playable? The quote says the next year, 2 years, but your headline says cross-gen for a year after. Do I see some Philness going on here? Windows Central favoritism. The dude said 2 years. Why do you have 1 year in the... Okay. Why? Because 2 years sounds fucking bad, right? In addition, this is after they revealed the Series X at Jeff Keighley's Kojima Ball Fest at the game show. And this is... Yeah, exactly. So this is when they showed it. So now you greet 2020, the shit year that it was going to be. We didn't know back then. January 2020, they just showed you the next-gen console. They showed you Hellblade 2 finessing. And then you got Booty. Phil got his Booty clapping in the streets, shaking that ass. And
I see you, baby.
I see it. Shaking that ass, Booty clapping. Booty clapping in the streets. And then basically the guy tells you in January, yeah, all the games for the next 2 years are going to be cross-gen. Talk about a kick in the balls. Talk about a case of Philness blue balls. Because that's exactly what they did in January. And then Frog on top of it saying, wait a second, he didn't say some. Like everybody says, Jim Lyon, Gordon Ramsay Ryan says, next gen, we believe in generations. No, this son of a bitch said all of our games for the next 2 years. Well, here's the trick, Frog. When it was only 2 fucking games... I guess you can make that statement, right? When it's just Halo for 2 years, I guess you can say that.
I mean,
that's the trick over here. A booty clapping tricks.
I'm not mad. I guess I just look and say, well, damn.
I don't give a shit what Gordon Ramsay Ryan says.
It kind of sucks because it's like, wow. Well, hopefully this doesn't hold back my experience of playing on PS5. But since there's not as many PlayStation 5s out there in the wild. And even if they were, I don't think it would really matter to me because where I play is where I play. It's kind of like, it wouldn't bother me. Like, if, they're like, hey, this game is, only going to be on PS5. I don't think it bothers me if it's PS4 and PS5. Now, if they're like, hey, it's not coming to PlayStation. It's something I really want. And it's on a platform I don't have. Then I'd be like, damn, I got to go out there and buy another platform I don't have. I've never looked at PC and said, hey, man, I really got to get a PC because there's a game I don't have. Oh, I want that Valorant so bad. I want Dota so bad. Like I've never looked at a PC and been like, oh man, I got to build a PC for Dota. Like whereas when I look at consoles and I look at the things they have, and that's why exclusives I think matter at the end of the day. Even if they come to PC later, it's kind of like you kind of buy it. You stay in that ecosystem. It is kind of cool being in an ecosystem where you're like, hey, we have this, and we have this. And I think that's why we need a healthy gaming console market
Sure, yeah.
with Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, because it does make you happy when you have invested in whatever hardware you have that you can play that software that's good. You have to have the software. You have to have that balance, and if you don't have that balance, the market kind of gets to a point where you're like, I only own one or two.
Like, you look at it, and for people to say like, hey, these are things that go in cross-gen. This is a horror show. Like, if everything was cross-gen, like if Jim Ryan said, we believe in generations. Now, I believe, you got to remember the narrative was then when Halo's shown, and we had Booty clapping, saying that stuff, and then Halo was shown, right? Everybody's like, well, Halo remember everything after they saw Craig, they go, that's because it's held back by the Xbox One. That's why Craig looks like that. And everybody, even Digital Foundry,
because it's held back by the Xbox One.
It's held back by a bad developer. Exactly. What's up, Neil? How you doing?
That's why.
Yo, what's up, Wolf Mustang?
We made two different SKUs, and we were stupid.
Well,
when we made
the thing is like they
console. Idiots.
But if you remember, so Booty said that stuff. Then they went into Halo, the gameplay and stuff like that. And remember, after the first showcase, the gameplay was not really evolutionary. They show like next generation. No. Then what happened was that then you go into Craig, and everybody's like even Digital Foundry's like, they got to drop the old gen versions, just make a next gen version of Halo. And then what happened was that Sony was capitalizing on that, saying, well, that's why our games look like this, because we believe in generations. And I think mentally, and even with the hardware, the DualSense, a brand new controller with new features, adaptive triggers and rumble, the new dashboard, the new PlayStation 5 game has to be a PlayStation 5 game. It's not no cross-gen patch where that gets smart delivery. It has to be a PS5 game. So structurally, the thing is set up that it is a generational change. It's going from it does play PS4 games.
We've seen Sony can easily dispatch their games in somewhere in 60.
Well, they did
a lot of their games. A lot of their games they can just be like they can just keep the PS4 games and easily. Yeah, I mean, look at Horizon. Look at Ghost of Tsushima. Look at Last of Us. There's a lot of games they could be like, look, we're not going to make a PS5 version. We're just going to patch this one. They can easily do that to a certain extent, right? If the game is unlocked. But what I'm saying is I'm kind of like, okay, that's cool. They're doing that, but it's like you said. At the end of the day, I kind of feel like not to be that guy, but I have to. I kind of when I look at Xbox this generation. The only generation of gaming I can think that we've had so many different SKUs of consoles and it didn't do well for the developer or publishers was Sega. Back in the freaking the Sega Genesis days, and they're like, here's a Sega, here's a 32X, here's a Sega CD. Well, screw it, we're gonna go right to Saturn.
Well, no, what's interesting, Frog, is when they show the sales, right?
Microsoft is just doing a Sega.
Well, well, they're flooding the market. But no, what's interesting is that when they show the sales, you got to remember, like, the thing is that Microsoft has the lowest priced next-gen console. Like, when you look at combined S and X, the S is supposed to be, the Series S is supposed to be their ace in the hole. Like, hey, if you can't afford a next-gen console, we got one for you. And the thing is like...
I think that's a stupid idea.
Well, the thing is like, is it really helping them? Because if you look... It's still PlayStation is just still beating them at over 2-1, and I see some people
they can't. Okay, they can't even put them on the shelves so quick. You're right. They're having a hard time keeping PS5s on the shelves, and they're still beating them.
Exactly. I thought easily the PlayStation was not going to be as far away.
Pokery said Xbox X is a beast with no fangs. But what good is if I go hunt? What good if I go hunting with my dog and my dog has no fangs and I'm hunting a freaking boar or something that can attack. My dog has no fucking teeth in his mouth. I don't want to bring that dog with me. I might as well go by myself and take my chances.
I know, but the other thing, like, he was pushing that narrative of like trying to capitalize, like, so Microsoft's like DRM and things like that, and Sony's like, this is how you share your games. Microsoft was talking about, like, no generations. There are no more console generations. And Sony's like, oh, no, there are. Because you want to know why. Sony wants you to buy their next generation console. Microsoft don't give a shit if you buy it. They don't care if you stop playing on the Xbox One and go play on a phone. They don't care. What happened?
Somebody said the Xbox is a monster when his teeth fell out and it got declawed.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Yo, Nick. Yeah, exactly. No, it's a funny nuded. No, what it reminds me of? I know what? I might have another name for the Xbox called.
Neutered.
I'm gonna call him Bumble. Remember Bumble?
Oh my God.
A Bumble with no teeth. Remember at the end of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was the big thing, and he has no teeth, and he's like, that's Microsoft. It's a monster with no teeth.
You see,
Bumbles can bounce.
People are saying in the chat the same thing I've seen. I've seen Series X
It's a joke.
in Walmart in Targets. I've seen them just sitting there. Yeah, people want the X, right? And I think even then, you know, there's some places in the world that X is kind of hanging out there. People want PS5. People don't care about Xbox as much. And I hate to be that, like I said, I hate to be that guy, but it's just like, damn, man, we've gone into another generation where they don't want us to be serious and they don't want to compete. And they bought all these publishers and they bought all these developers and they bought all this stuff. But unfortunately, they don't have the software that's there. Sony's been doing this for quite some time. Nintendo's been doing this for quite some time. It's kind of hard to be a juggernaut and step in the ring and you know, and box with, you know, the big dogs when you just don't have the freaking talent. You'll get knocked out.
And know what else? The one thing about generations. But first, before I get into the generation comment, I want to say something. Nick, I'm going to give a visual to exactly what you said. This is why Grinders, hit that like button. This is why you come to the Gaming Grindhouse. It's a no-holds-barred, content-focused shit show. Here we go. This is what I was sold. Monsters that eat monsters for breakfast and bitches for brunch. This is what I was sold. This is what Kudri came out here, dropped his balls at E3 and go, bitch, we eat monsters for breakfast and hoes for lunch. Oh, shit. Hit me with the horns. He's like, woo! Phil Spencer rubbing his nipples. Monsters, baby. We got 12 teraflops of balls, sweat, and power, and tits and ass. And then, this is what we get. We get a goddamn Bumble with no fucking teeth. There we go. This is what you get. This is what you get. This is what showed up in November at your doorstep. Fucking Bumbles can bounce.
Like a 38-year-old man.
This is what you got.
Because he didn't take care of his dental hygiene.
Here it is.
Like, what the fuck?
What happened to the monster that eat monsters for breakfast? Now it's a monster that gets fucked at breakfast. There it is. The fuck is this? This is what they delivered. No games, no launch games, the fucking Falconeer. And then they went into radio silence. Phil took his booty, put him back in the closet. Keep that thong on, booty. You know, we're not going to reveal you just yet.
We got to give him the medium. Give him the
fucking medium. There you go. That was delayed. And now they dare to come to E3 and going to show Psychonauts 2 and Flight Simulator. They better fucking not. Or my fucking fist is going right through the fucking TV.
Hey, Jazz, I need to take that all back. They don't have the medium or the Falconeer because those are both coming to PlayStation 5. So
oh, not talking about.
Shit,
yes.
They have no exclusives.
Frogs rant about the Falconeer.
No exclusives. Yeah.
Hey,
see, we're going back. Dude, man, I tell you, that's why whenever Microsoft is like exclusive, I'm like, exclusive my ass. Because if you don't own that studio or that studio isn't close with you, like when Sony is like, oh, we got, you know, Team Ninja, you know, making Neo. I'm like, well, they bought the rights to Neo. We got them making, you know, Bloodborne. They bought the rights to Bloodborne. They buy a lot of rights to the games that they want to keep. And then people were like, well, hey, man, this should come to Xbox. No, jackass. They went and bought the rights to it. Microsoft is like, just make this game for us. If it does good, then maybe we'll buy your whole company. But if it doesn't do good,
buy them. Here we go.
Then fuck you.
Yeah, palate cleanse. Give me the lemon sorbet. Palate cleanse. Ratchet and Clank. 80 goddamn 9 on Metacritic. Talk about a 1 fucking 80 going from Bumble to goddamn to Ratchet and Clank.
Man. You know what? Shout out to Kids Move for this.
Oh shit, dude, that sucks.
Dude, Kids
Eddie
Move,
Mush.
Everything he bets on, he just loses the bet.
Eddie Mush.
Dude, it was 1 point away from him winning that. And I was like, holy shit. Because I definitely thought this game was going to get a 90. And I think it still has the potential of getting a 90. Look, it's going to get a 90 after he loses the bet, right? It's going to pop up. It's going to get a 90. Because my whole thing is like, when I saw 89, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's probably a solid 90, but damn, I think just because kids move bet on it,
Dude.
this freaking it got a Metacritic of 89.
Come here for the content, guys. Come here for the. Here we go. There it is.
You know what?
Wait, Frog. Here it is.
Probably will have.
Hold on. We got a Bronx Tale coming on right here. We got Eddie Mush. Eddie Mush and Collegial.
Oh, God.
Yo, here we go. Here we go right now. Kryptonite. Oh, shit, Eddie Mush.
Hey, Nick, 89 is a great score.
Wait, they've been mushed.
I just don't want kids move betting on this game I want. Because he's going to make it bad.
Look at this. Wait, Frog, look. The Bronx Tale. Hold on. Kryptonite. Sonny, what you doing? Ripping up. We've been fucking mushed, he said. We've been fucking mushed. We're mush. Goddamn Eddie fucking Mush.
Eddie Mush.
They bet on Kryptonite. He bet 90 on Ratchet and it hits an 89. Does Kryptonite win? What do you think? Eddie Mush got him.
The bet was from what I
he lost, you son of a bitch. Mush.
It had to hit 90 or above, and then Bond bet him that it would hit it would hit below that. He said it wouldn't hit. He said basically.
Fuck you, Eddie Mush.
That. So it hit at 89. So Bond wins the bet. Yep. There's enough reviews that basically the bet is over at this point. I would say.
Because
I think last time they said
we gotta do.
There's like. Yeah, so I think the game may eventually hit a 90, and like Open Critic, I think it's at a 90, but I think Metacritic is at 89. This is like, damn, like he should have bet that this game would score like terrible. This game would have probably been like a 95.
When's Eddie Mush coming?
You know what? But you know what? I don't even think the Metacritic matters, and you can tell. For me, Metacritic, it's all for fun and games. We do these little bets, but the reality is, I bought Biomutant, and you know, according to Metacritic, I should have never bought it, but I'm enjoying Biomutant for what it is, and I don't have any problems with it. I think it's you know, it's in your taste now. There's just some games that are just bad, and you can tell are bad. And people will generally across the board say they're bad, but you know, some games just put them in
the bedroom. Put them in the fucking bedroom. Fucking Eddie Mush. Put them in the bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom.
Somebody said they waited for. Oh, that was Buck Rogers. He said he waited for.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him in the fucking bedroom. Get in there, fat bastard. No fucking there.
Smooth loses every bet. This guy can't win
no fucking bedroom, dude. I don't know, man. That sucks. Like that, it really does.
It sucks, man. It sucks because I was like, "Oh, he's gonna win." Because
it's right there. I would have said. I said 90. I said 90 on Metacritic.
I said 90. I said 90 Metacritic, and I definitely thought, you know, but when it hit that 89,
but wait, let's see. But no, what's even weird is like you look at some of the yellow scores, and they're like it starts off where they're like,
yeah, some of those guys that gave it a 7s. That's it. I think they're like, man, hey, kids move bet on this game, give it a 7. I swear they did.
Like, here it is. It's like, the graphics are absolutely stunning, but the gameplay is predictable and surprisingly uneventful, as the game fails to leverage its technical achievements for anything more than straightforward spectacle. Oh, yeah.
One of the guys gave it a 7 because he said his game crashed on him 3 times. That's why he gave it a 7 on one of the reviews. I was like, really? I was like, look,
whatever.
When have you played a game nowadays on these current systems that don't crash, whether on Xbox or PlayStation? So you gave it a lower score because it crashed on you 3 times. Get the funk out of here.
Dude, the thing is like I know I'm getting the game, so I didn't even bother reading this.
Yeah, I know I'm getting it. Yeah,
it's nice that you know it got the.
I looked at Metacritic. I looked at Open Critic. I was like, I don't care because I'm getting it anyway. It's the same with freaking Biomutant. I looked at Metacritic. I looked at Open Critic.
How the Ratchets?
And I was like, it's probably gonna get a 7. And
let me see.
Most Ratchets, how did they score? They scored pretty well. They scored about the same bracket.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank, the PS4 version got an 85. The oh wow, Ratchet Clank Future Tools of Destruction 2007 got 89. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal got 91. Ratchet and Clank Future got 87. Ratchet and Clank Collection got a 76. Size Matters, that was the PSP game, got an 85. Ratchet and Clank, the original PS2, got an 88. Huh.
Yeah, I think most of the Ratchet games score well.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank, what the hell is this version? The movie got 29. No movies.
No, that
no movie.
And from what I heard, this game is like it outdoes the movie in a lot of aspects. But it's a movie. So
yeah, Into the Nexus. That's probably their weakest one. Into the Nexus, that got a 76.
And isn't that
All for One got a 70? Yeah, All for One was the lowest.
That's the one. Isn't
Full
Into
Frontal
the Nexus? Doesn't this game come after Into the Nexus? From what I was reading,
I think so.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be bad. I mean,
a lot of them.
I thought this game was going to score right where it scored, close to a 90.
Yep.
If not a 90, close to it.
I agree.
It scored right where I thought it was, and
dude, yeah. So now, just to go into, so we got that Ratchet and Clank comes out on the 11th. You had Guilty Gear comes out on the 11th. That's another exclusive.
Yes.
That got Guilty Gear. Wait a second. That is another exclusive.
A lot of big games come out this month.
So Guilty Gear came out. Let's see. Oh, I want games. Hold on. Hey, new releases. Like, look at this. Guilty Gear Strive, another PlayStation 5 exclusive, and PS4 and PC. 89 from Guilty Gear Strive for a fighting game. 89. That's friggin' huge.
That's pretty damn good.
Dude, so they got, like, today, you got Ratchet and Clank and Guilty Gear, both PlayStation 5 exclusives, coming out at 89. Hey, that game, Operation Tango, Frog, I think we got to play that one. That's free in PS Plus.
Yes.
Where you got to do two people doing things. That got a 75 on there. So it's not trash-ass games.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What else is coming out next week? You're
forgetting what else? Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy
Remake Integrate.
Remake Integrate. Which, I want to ask you something. For Final Fantasy... So wait a second. So I have the physical version of Final Fantasy Remake. So when I play that game in there, I should be able to buy the DLC.
You'll get the PS5 version.
No, I'll get the PS5 version. But where do I buy the DLC for Yuffie?
Oh, it's going to be the day of.
The day of. Okay, because I can't find it in the store right now. All I find is that the whole shebang, which I don't want to buy the whole shebang.
And you also got Ninja Gaiden Master Collection comes out on the 10th. I told you there's too many games coming out.
But I saw the gameplay. I'm like, I'm not playing Ninja Gaiden again.
I will probably buy that game. I think that Mass Effect should have been priced right where Ninja Gaiden is priced at that 39 mark.
I agree. I would have bought it if it was.
I think there are 39 for some of these games. But I said this going into this generation. I said we're going to get a lot of 360 PS3 remasters and remakes.
Course.
And I said, and the reason I said this is because I think a lot of these developers they don't. There's two reasons. They don't have any new ideals, and they're scared to put new ideals on the table because they may fail. And then they looked at the generation of 360 and PS3 players, and they're like, "Hey, guess what? They're old. They're older. We can get them to get a PS5, and we can remake some of these games they've never played." You know what I'm saying? Because like I look at my son, who's like, my youngest son is 18. He's never played Mass Effect, so this is brand new to him. But there again, his generation is not into those type of games. They could care less.
Oh, Skull and Nexus also comes out, Twisted Sync said.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
That
was a game that wasn't confirmed that was not in Game Pass. Because Jeff Grubb and friends have been...
That was the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because Jeff Grubb, they've been teasing this Game Pass announcement or something like this, and it's just like, dude, like...
Yes, and that's not coming to Game Pass because they confirmed... Bandai Namco confirmed that it won't be coming to Game Pass because everybody kept saying it's coming to Game Pass. Yeah, you're right. Wrong game. You're right.
Well, they figured because they're already released on the Switch, right? And that it was just coming over to the PlayStation and Xbox. The thing is that this is the thing where Game Pass creates this aura of people where it's just like, I have to play it if it comes to Game Pass. Like it's not about the game. It's about the game and if it's in Game Pass. So like the thing is that if Microsoft has an E3 showcase and they basically go into this E3 showcase and they go a bunch of games, but they go, some of these are not in Game Pass. Like, is that an instant L for a lot of these people that's like, Oh, if that's not going, like, this show better be everything in Game Pass. Like,
No,
if Microsoft
what
shows
it
some
is
third-party
what,
games not in Game Pass, like,
Microsoft needs to keep their
you gotta watch it,
expectations.
dude.
They got to keep their expectations like this. Like, and this is how I would think if I was Microsoft. The way they've done everything with their console generation and Game Pass, they need to have the expectation that no game that's third party is going to sell better ever again on our console. We already know it's going to sell better on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So that means that if we need to shell out money to get a game like, I don't know, let's just say the next Madden in Game Pass, we need to shell out money because we know Madden makes money, but that's a lot of moolah to get a game like Madden.
The thing is that you get Madden trial, right?
So Microsoft will not do that because that's too much money. So what Microsoft's going to do, they're going to go get these games like Dungeons and Dragons. Hey, that's coming to Game Pass. They're going to go get the smaller games to go on Game Pass that they think may not sell as well.
Scarlet Nexus was like, the thing is, like, I think Biomutant, like, the thing is like, if you look at a couple of months ago when they did in April Outriders and they did, MLB, it's like, oh, well, okay, so next month maybe they'll get Mass Effect, they'll get Biomutant. That makes sense.
I think Biomutant would have been a good game.
And then you look at this month, Ninja Gaiden. Maybe Ninja Gaiden goes to Game Pass. Like,
yes.
But,
I think Biomutant would have been a good game, not because of the scores, but because it's from a smaller studio.
It's a fit,
and because it fits that Game Pass type of model.
You're right.
It's a pretty decent game, so put it there and let people experience it. No.
And if
you know what I really hope.
You
know what I really hope. I really hope that the Xbox community supports Biomutant because they kept talking about it's a native 4K.
Well, they compared it to Ratchet, right? But I
hope they really supported this game because guess what? I'm having fun on my PlayStation, at my 1080p up res to 4K at 60. So the Xbox community, for all those people out there that wanted, 1080p, I got 1080p, we're playing it at 4K 60. I hope they went out there and supported it, which we know they didn't. It was just more freaking things to talk about. They look at it can run 4K 60. I think these Xbox fans are more worried about whether the game can look better in their console than playing it.
I won't be surprised.
They're more worried about whether it looks better than they're freaking playing. They don't even care about playing games, in my opinion. In my opinion, a lot of Xbox people don't care.
The one thing I'll say with Ratchet, man, one of the things, like that gun where you could pull things from other rifts and stuff, like,
yes.
I don't even want to look at this game because I know my jaw is going to be down to the ground when I'm playing this thing.
I have stayed away from it as much as I can, and the reason I stayed is because I want to be pleasantly surprised.
I want to be surprised.
Same with Horizon Forbidden West. I've stayed away from a lot
I'm not
of
watching.
I don't want to know
that. I saw enough of Horizon to know. If you want to tell me, like, oh, she could mount this thing, or she could get over there, she could get on this thing, climb this mountain, that's fine. But I think I've seen enough of Horizon. I'm done. Same thing with Ratchet. Like, I saw what they showed at those things. I'm like, I want this. And I don't want to see the set pieces. I don't want to see I want to experience it.
I've stayed away from everything.
I'm staying away from it. That's why I'm not even showing it.
Yes.
Yeah, I showed a little bit, and that's it. I'm not showing anymore.
Yes.
But the thing is like,
I'm the same way.
Well, Frog, this is like a must-have PlayStation 5 game. And that's the thing, like, going back to the generations thing, the whole thing is we're sitting between two games that dropped mid-80s or 80 to 89 Metacritic, but two potential big games needed for the PS5 only. And this one, people coming out going, you have to buy this game for the PS5. And, the biggest thing is when you have a new hardware, it's always like, what is the the killer app? What's the killer app to buy? Sony is starting to have a list of killer apps. It's not just one trick pony, man. They have
Has it even
list.
been 6 months?
No, man, it's been 6 months.
Dude, they can come out. There's a list of games you can make and say you need to buy.
I can't
these
believe
games if you on a PS5.
They did not
Microsoft
drop a
doesn't have
step,
that.
man. They didn't miss a step. People thought that they were gonna start this generation off slow. They were gonna Microsoft was gonna catch up because they thought that Sony was dropping Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, they dropped God of War, and all this stuff was going to be like how it was in the beginning of the PS4. And now Microsoft had their studios since 2018, and now within 2021, 2020, Microsoft will start dropping the games from their studios. Well, Sony did not stop, and Microsoft procrastinated even longer, which that's the craziest thing. It's like you're sitting here looking at Sony in the first 6 months releasing Demon Souls, and I'm not even talking about cross-gen games, just only Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, they had Destruction All-Stars, but they gave that for free. But yeah, that wasn't a huge hit, but they can't all be hits, you know?
Yeah, but
you can't all have
releasing new property.
It was a new IP and whatever it was, but the thing was, it's still a PS5 only game. But then you got Returnal, a new IP.
Returnal, yep.
And then Ratchet and Clank, which is a known IP, but done even better, which is even crazy considering how many Ratchet and Clanks there were for this game to feel new and fresh for a franchise that has about 5-6 games already made for it to score like one of the highest of this. It's pretty incredible that they're able to do that. And one of the biggest things is talking about the PS5 SSD and the DualSense wireless controller. Again, we believe in generations, and those two things are generational differences between the PS4. And the fact is that this game takes advantage of that. Hence, why people go to Xbox and Phil Spencer and being like, that's what you need. You said all and know what's hilarious is all that tech talk from last year. The magnets, the T-flops, the Hovis method, the chamber, the way they built the console to have the ventilation and sucking in the air and all this hardware talk and tech talk. The RDNA 2 baked in the chip and all this shit. And the thing is that you're still... I love how that talk has died down extremely from Microsoft. They don't talk about their tech at all. Where Sony is still talking about their SSD. They're talking about the DualSense controller. They're talking about their activities, the way that the games utilize that, and all the stuff that you can do with the new UI, with the pin to the dash, and even know what else?
Yep.
Their fucking share play. Not the share play, but the share factory. They keep adding more and more features to that thing. They show you that in their updates. Microsoft has yet to evolve any kind of video editing software on their Xbox. Plus, they make goddamn software. They make Windows. You'd think they'll have a decent video editor on the Series X for sharing content. They don't have it. They didn't do anything. They're 6 months in and their UI has not updated and evolved at all. Guess what? They added a couple more motion backgrounds. Well, know what? Know what's interesting? None of their motion background is about a goddamn game. Instead, it's all just like waves and circles. Oh, and they added the classic dashboard, which is really cool. But why don't you have games in there? Franchises, IPs, like celebrate your games. And that's the one thing they don't do. They don't celebrate their IP. Sony marketed Ratchet and Clank to the T.
Microsoft has some great old IPs that they could bring back.
They don't celebrate it at all.
They don't celebrate them, yes.
They don't.
Nintendo does it.
20 years of Xbox. That's all I saw was 20 years of Xbox. Why don't you have any 20-year... And this is the thing. Like, everybody sits here and talks about, and we're going to get into the predictions, but people go, the bangers, the new IP... Do you know how much potential Microsoft has sitting on their laps for the last 5 years? They didn't need these new studios. They had IP that they were sitting on. They have Conquer. They had all that rare IP. They had Cameo. All that stuff.
They could have went to EA. They have a good relationship with EA.
Killer Instinct.
Went to EA and say, hey, we want to go ahead and we want to get you to get us to do our 3 games that we had in our Xbox for this 20-year anniversary. We need Jet Empire. Remade, remastered.
Yeah, did they have to buy anybody to make Killer Instinct? No.
They didn't.
Creative Assembly, they just made it. This is the thing. Did they have to buy any studios and start from the ground up to make Titanfall? No. Did they have to buy anybody for Rise? Like, did they have to buy these studios and wait 4 or 5 years for Rise?
Oh, J-Dub. What's up, J-Dub?
Come on, man. Yo!
What's good?
What's up, J-Dub? Welcome to the Grindhouse, man. We're just talking about these Ratchet reviews, baby. Talking about quality goddamn games, man.
Quality.
Yeah, so it's been a wild day, man. Wild.
It has. I know you guys seen me out there.
Oh, yeah, you've been out there. There is no fight, man. You're just swinging that air right now because there's nobody. They have nothing to say. Dude, they have nothing to say.
Hey, you beat everybody up. Like, who are you fighting?
That's it. Yeah. He's sparring with the A's, airboxing.
Yeah. It's been a good day, though. We kind of knew that this game was going to be something spectacular. Insomniac, they're just a great studio, and I still think they'll go down in history as being the best and the cheapest acquisition ever.
Oh yeah,
Um,
right.
for
How much did
the
they pay for
amount
them?
of $222 million, 222 to 229. That's what's reported.
Wow, that great investment.
But think
Great
about it.
investment.
Just within that short period of time of investment, we got Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Ratchet and Clank. On top of that, well, I don't know if you want to count that one, but the last Ratchet and Clank that they had. But let's say 3 games, right? 3 games.
Yeah, basically 3.
Yeah, 3 games. 2 of them was ready for the next generation. I mean, these guys can't at the moment they can't miss the output of productivity that they have with you had 2 AAA IPs launching 6 months apart. That's 7
It's
months apart. That's
insane.
crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy. And we already know that they're hard at work on Spider-Man 2. So it wouldn't shock me if we wouldn't see some kind of trailer of that game next year, if not even dropping next year, just at the period of time that these guys are cranking.
I totally agree with you. Wouldn't be even shocked for them to say, hey, E3's coming around at this holiday. You get your Sunset Overdrive total remake from the Grindhouse.
You see them teasing that stuff?
Because I'm telling you, Insomniac they have IPs. Look, they have IPs, and let me tell you, and a lot of people. I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people may say I'm right or wrong. Sunset Overdrive gets remade for the PlayStation 5. That game is gonna sell.
I love
that game is going to sell.
Man.
I think it will obviously sell better than it did on the Xbox. I think there are a lot of IPs at this. I think Sunset Overdrive was a good IP for Microsoft. It just, for some reason, the community didn't like it.
Listen,
it didn't resonate for them.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
They for whatever reason, man, they don't really support a lot of games outside of the Halo, Gears, and the Forzas.
I don't understand
just,
why. No,
the thing was, I got Ratchet. I bought that. I thought the DLC was really good. I could tell you one of the problems that a lot of people complained at the time, because remember, I was on the other side during this time. One of the things that was the problem was they wanted co-op in the game, and the multiplayer shit was busted.
Right.
Because you had to go to like a phone booth, and then you had like 4 people just doing activities like jump on a rail for 20 minutes, kill these guys. Like it was more of just like a co-op wave-based thing rather than a co-op campaign, and that was the one thing that was missing, because they could have really blown that up if you could kind of like combo moves and link moves together with co-op the way it does. But that was a missed opportunity on there, because you got to remember, like, still at the time, a lot of the Xbox, the people that carried over from the 360 were that multiplayer very focused group. Like I was, like you're coming out of the Halos, the Call of Duties. Like I was 360 multiplayer focused, and when you drop, that's why Titanfall was like, woo, Titan, woo, and then they dropped this single player game. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is awesome, but, like, the multiplayer was really lacking. I think that was another reason why, it didn't hit, because everybody had that big multiplayer push in the beginning because you got those 360 carryovers. And and that was the thing. But I tell you, I loved Sunset. I thought the DLC of Sunset was better. Like, they had, like, this what is it, oil rig island, like this oil rig. It was like a whole a separate expansion off the shore of the main island. And then you had to fight like stupid machines and robots. I didn't like that part DLC, but the island was pretty cool.
I honestly think that it could come back and surprise us. What's up, Link? I see Link jumped in here too.
What's up, Link? That's it. The Grindhouse is open.
What's up?
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, do you see those Ratchet reviews?
Oh my god. Well, I mean, I wasn't surprised. I mean,
I didn't read them a lot. I was like,
you could tell the game was high quality. I didn't even watch the state of play because I don't want to really be spoiled too much. So I'm definitely buying the game. I mean, I've seen enough to know that the game is high quality. I trust Insomniac. I mean, reviews, what is it at, 89 right now?
Yeah, 89 is sitting there. 97 reviews.
Metacritic.
Right now.
Okay, so 97 reviews, which most Xbox games don't even get that many. They don't even get that many reviews. But, high quality game again from a first party dev with Sony. So this is what they do. So, I mean,
dude, it's amazing. Like in between Like, and I was saying, like, we were talking about the PS4 and the PS5 type, like, the games where they were talking about God of War and Horizon, and the fact that Horizon is a cross-gen game, that even puts I feel that even puts more pressure on Microsoft.
Okay, this is the deal. You made a good point about people didn't. I don't know if it was you, but I feel like it was you on one show I was listening to. You made a point to say that Craig was the reason why everybody had this sour taste about cross-gen development, because we saw what Halo Infinite looked like. But the thing is, Sony devs are on a different level. And you can't really compare their cross-gen games to anything Microsoft devs are doing. These games started out as obviously, I think I remember reading an article where Cory Barlog said they started working on DLC for God of War and then realized they were just making the next game, and they just decided to not put out any DLC for God of War and start working on the next.
I don't know if it was in that episode. Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know if it was in their dev doc or something.
So these games definitely started out as PS4 games, and maybe the devs looked at it and were like, we're not really doing anything hardware-wise that the PS4 can't do. So let's just go ahead and go. And they're not trying to sell less copies of. These games are 10+ million copies sold. So, and right now the PlayStation just doesn't have the install base. So I don't see Sony as a business trying to sell less than what they sold the first time around. So it makes sense. No, you don't want to be halfway into the generation and still be making, cross-generation games. Sure. But Sony devs, like I said, are on a different level. They make high quality. What they're able to do with this hardware is totally. What they're doing, Ratchet and Clank.
Insane. It's the essence of console development. That's the whole point. It's like the essence of a console development. Like that's what you expect to have a console
game. Like, there's no way you could make a game like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart if you were shooting for PS4, PC, and all these different PC configurations. It just wouldn't work. And it shows that developing a game for one platform, there's a difference. There's no denying it.
Yeah, and that was the thing I was talking about right before J-Dub came on, about how Sony continues to utilize these games, and one of the biggest things that stand out is the utilization of the SSD and the DualSense wireless controller, and those are generational differences between the PS4 and the PS5. And what I thought was very interesting is that Microsoft was the one talking all about hardware and technology and capabilities, and having the bearded man come on and talk about all about the technologies and the Hovis methods and chambers and teraflops and this. And I noticed how the tech talk has stopped from Microsoft. I haven't seen those guys. So some people still carry on with it, but all that teraflop power stuff that they hyped up all last year dropped the fuck off,
because they're not doing anything with the hardware. I don't care what hardware you have. You have to utilize the hardware. If you're not putting out software to show what these 12 teraflops can do, what difference does it make?
Yes.
What is it? You got multi-platform games that are performing on par or sometimes better on the PS5. When you have that much of an advantage, that shouldn't be the case, right? So all this tech talk, spec talk is totally irrelevant. You're not putting it into the title.
It's an application. That's what it is. It's all about application. And it's amazing. Look what they did with God of War on the PS4. So imagine what God of War on the PS5 looks like. And same thing goes for Horizon. Like Horizon, when I saw that gameplay, I was like, that was a shower on the PS4. Now look at the PS5, it's delivering exactly what I thought. Like when you say, wow, look at this game, and then you hear about Horizon on the next gen, you go, what the hell will that look like?
So is there anything on PC right now? I don't care what kind of rig you're running on PC that is up to the level of a game like Ratchet and Clank, even with a 3090.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I don't even know what's the only. There's nothing that really pushes PC right now. It doesn't matter
how powerful your PC is when you don't have the software to really demonstrate the power of your console, or your PC. That's why I was saying earlier. Games like Dota and
League of Legends.
Yeah, you can run it a billion frames or whatever you want, but it's like you don't have. That's why I think when games like Uncharted come to PC, they get excited. A lot of PC guys get excited because they see the quality of the game. It don't matter how powerful. Look, let me tell you, they can have an 8-bit console, and if you got the talent and the game is great, you're gonna worry about the game than the power of your console. And I think that Sony's shown that time after time we can make great software. You know, in these last 2 generations, we're making great software. Doesn't matter how powerful your console is. The most powerful thing doesn't always win. You know, it just doesn't.
It doesn't.
You know, look, I use this analogy, right? Tesla right now is like that. It's that EV car to have. Once Ford came out and said F-150 EV, I guarantee that F-150 becomes the best-selling EV.
Because they have the pedigree and they have the history. I mean,
exactly.
You know, it's the situation. I mean, you know, like again, it just shows that talent when you have the dev. Oh yeah, when you have the dev talent, and they're able to just squeeze everything they can out of that hardware. I mean, we're getting games like this in the beginning of the generation. Just imagine 4 years,
man,
I know,
what they're going to be doing. I mean, it's crazy. So
3 years into this generation, it's going to be crazy the stuff we should be able to do with these consoles. You know,
definitely.
And I don't know if this console generation lasts longer, you know, or shorter. Maybe a little bit longer because of everything going on with COVID. I hope that, you know, maybe it gets a nice. I'm thinking maybe 5. You know, most generations are like a new console is talked about after the 5th year, and then like in that 10th year, they're like, yeah. You know, we're still because Sony's how old is the PS4 right now? This year it'd be what, 9?
2013, so 8 years, right? It'll be 8 years in November. Right?
Okay, so yeah, and it's still going strong. You know, they're still, and I think that console at least has a good 2 more, maybe 3 more years. I would say 2 more years for like the big multi-plats, but you know, outside of that, I think, you know, and because like you said, user install base. If Sony could produce more consoles, I think that we would definitely be close to sitting like right now, probably 15 million easy. But I think easily. I think that the problem is, especially with going into the PlayStation 5 and Xbox generation, series generation, is like they just can't produce enough of them. But I also think that, like, and I told Jez this, I think that some of the companies, I had said this when PS5 and Series X were coming out, I said some of the companies are like, you know what, let's just take some of these PS3 and 360 games and remaster or remake them and put them here because this is a whole different generation. Like I said, my last son just graduated high school. He's 18. He never got to play Mass Effect. He never got to play Ninja Gaiden. That's a whole new generation of money that you're putting on the table. You say, hey, yeah, people may look and say, like, guys like maybe say, hey, Mass Effect $59, that should be $39. But my son is looking like it's a brand new game to him. You know what I'm saying? And again, we're dealing with a different culture of gamers. We're dealing with that Fortnite battle royale kind of mindset. So these kids would rather spend money on one game and spend hundreds of dollars in one game than to buy a whole bunch of games. So I think I don't think Xbox Game Pass is bad in the sense of I understand what they're doing. I think it's bad in the sense of they have nothing there as far as that platform that's only on that platform to say this is why you want to be in our ecosystem.
And that's what everybody's looking for.
Sony continuously puts out hit after hit after hit.
And that's what they're looking for at E3, which means we're going to the table. We're going to talk E3 predictions and Xbox 3 Bethesda, E3 Bethesda, and we're going to have the wonderful games of Xbox Bingo and Guess the Philness Part 2. So with that, we are going to the Grindstable. Let's go. All right. Here we are. So basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to do quick rundown of predictions of the other shows, and then we'll do Xbox, just some talk about their show, because I think that's pretty much, I think a lot of us, that's the big one that holds the most potential and the most, possible excitement, whereas the other ones might not be too much. So we'll go through the big ones here. We have, I think the Nintendo one too is going to be big. So we have here's the lineup for E3. So first one we're going to talk about is Ubisoft. They have that conference on Saturday, June 12th. They have, so what do you think Ubisoft is going to show? My first question is, do you think we'll see Sticks and Stones, the friggin' pirate game that they've been talking about for 4 years, and I think it's delayed indefinitely?
Ubisoft is
Didn't they restart development on that? Or
yes, they
something?
did. So I don't think we're going to see it.
I was just about
so that's
to
a
say
no.
that.
That is a no, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not seeing that.
You're not going to see that shit.
Ubisoft, I've been done with them a long time ago, so I really don't care what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't care what they show. I mean, honestly, I loved Ubisoft back in the day when they were putting out Splinter Cell games, Ghost Recon. But like now, the games that they're literally just either games as a service type stuff, like they're doing with Rainbow
Z's
Six.
in the chat. Z's in the chat.
Or these Far Cry games that are completely bloated and totally.
Well, Far Cry 6, right? I guess we'll see that. Or no, we never showed it. Did they?
I am not in. I don't care what they have going on, unless they put out a new Splinter Cell or something. But from what they're saying, they're focusing. You're going to move more towards the free to play model. So,
do you think they're going to be another Ass Creed?
Assassin's Creed.
Ass Creed this year.
I mean, they sell. They sell very well. So I mean, I don't see them stopping.
Yeah, they're probably an Ass Creed. Where do you think they're taking this Ass Creed? Whose ass they're going up?
If they're smart, they go to Japan and kind of mimic what Ghost of Tsushima did. That's what if they're smart.
Oh, that would be such a copy, though.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it would do well. I think it would do really well.
It'll be like everybody else's Ghost of Tsushima, like
everybody's been
poor man's
asking
Ghost.
for them to go to feudal Japan. Everybody's been asking for them to go to feudal Japan, and they just haven't done it.
Well, it'll be like the poor man's Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, I don't know. For me, Ubisoft, I think they're going to have the most exciting game is Just Dance. They'll have a dancing panda and a dancing pile of shit, and they'll talk about new Just Dance.
Oh, my God. It'll still be on the Wii.
It'll still be on the Wii. So I think they'll definitely have some sort of Ass Creed, probably Rainbow Six Season fucking 13. And then they're going to have... maybe Watch Dogs content? I don't even know, man. What the hell can they make? Know what I think they got
that new Rainbow Six Quarantine. What is it?
I said, Season 13, 15.
Yeah, they got that coming out. I don't give a shit about that, but whatever.
Like, I don't even know what else they could bring. Like, what are they gonna do? You think they're gonna make like the what is that?
Wait, I know they're gonna have
For Honor 2.
They're gonna have Splinter Cell
mobile theme, right?
They're gonna do, but it's not gonna be a Splinter Cell game. But they're gonna have some kind of Splinter Cell character or something.
He's already in Ghost Recon.
They're gonna put it in something else.
Oh shit! They're gonna put him in Just Dance.
They're gonna wait. They're gonna have For Honor DLC.
A Splinter Cell.
I actually like that game. Yeah, they might put Sam Fisher.
I think they're gonna make For Honor 2. They may do For Honor 2.
Nah, they're not gonna do. They're just going to keep updating these games.
And they're going to add like more ninjas or something like that.
They're doing a PS5 version of it.
Devolver, the next one. All right, Ubisoft is trash and cringe, so I don't recommend to waste on Saturday watching that one. Summer Game Fest kicks off with Keighley. I believe he's going to be undressing for Kojima. Apparently, Kojima's on the Summer Game Fest, so like him and Kojima are going to dress each other and rub each other's balls, and that'll be a good kickoff show there. I don't know what Keighley has. Supposedly, I think Elden Ring will probably be on the Keighley show because he'll love to like just rub that in everybody's face that he's bigger than E3. I think the summer of Keighley. Well, I forget what the hell he calls it. Summer Keighley Fest. I don't know what they call it.
Summer Game Fest.
Is that what it is? Summer Game Fest. That starts off June 10th. So that starts in a couple days. That's the first thing. Then we have, after Ubisoft puts us to sleep, Devolver Direct. They usually have a couple of good games. Devolver. They're pretty wild. What do you think they will do? Let me see what the hell does Devolver do. Let me see what they do. They do games. I don't know what hell they make, yo. Let me see. Devolver Digital. What do they make?
They make a lot of smaller titles.
Devolver. Yeah, let me see what they do. They have that weird ass conference. Remember the girl like eating blood or something like that, like coming out. What the hell? That's some crazy ass shit. There's some crazy ass shit going on. Let me see. Yeah, they had like, what the hell was it? It was like weird. Like they create a mock. Oh, they have Fall Guys. That's what they make. Fall Guys. Karen. Philness was there last year. Oh, what? He just loves himself. Yeah. Oh, what was that game with the heads? Oh, what is that? Serious Sam. All right. Well, now I'm Hotline Miami. Katana Zero. My friend Pedro. Yeah, they make some good games. So maybe we see sequels to those. I don't know what we'll see next. They're part of Keely's game show. Like I said, E3, I just don't feel it. Like without the spectacle and the conferences, like E3,
the big conferences, Sony's not going to be there.
I know. Like I'm sorry, like it's just not the same. Like, E3 is not the same where everybody just has their little like video showcase.
You already got what Warner Brothers saying they're not going to show off their
yeah. Warner Brothers said they're not going to show off shit. Way to hype everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I just
I think a lot of these companies are more just focused on putting on their own shows now, and it's that's just what it is. Everybody's kind of sectioned off and not doing these big extravagant shows for E3.
Yeah, Upload VR, so we're gonna have some VR showcase. We'll come back to the Xbox Bethesda one. Square Enix. Now we got some time. That's Sunday, so Saturday basically we're getting put to sleep. So everybody sleep through Saturday E3. And Square Enix is after Xbox. They might show that Final Fantasy exclusive for the PS5. Maybe we see Final Fantasy 16. And maybe you think they show Final Fantasy Remake Part 2?
No, I don't think that's
7 Remake Part 2?
I don't think so.
All right, because to think about it, they're dropping Integrate.
Maybe next year.
Integrate is right near E3, getting people hyped up, and then start showing the Part 2 that comes out possibly early next year. Shadow Warrior, they do Devolver, yes.
I wouldn't expect that yet.
No? Okay.
Maybe next year.
They're probably going to show their content for the Avengers.
We're definitely going to see Black Panther.
Where the hell Spider-Man? Think Spider-Man drops? Spider-Man's supposed to come at the end of this year, I think. Yeah, and that's right. Ghostface says if there's no gameplay, it's a click. It's just that's the thing. Like it's gameplay, and it's hard, I think, to show gameplay in that kind of thing. But I don't know. So Square Enix has some potential with Final Fantasy, showing some stuff. Will we get a new Tomb Raider? She was in Fortnite last month. Are we due for another Lara Croft? I probably think, yeah. Crystal Dynamics? Probably. So my reach for Ubisoft, for Square Enix,
not yet.
No Lara Croft game, Frog says. Okay. You don't think we might be due for one? She was in Fortnite. She's the girl from Fortnite. She was in Fortnite last season, last month. So I don't know. That's my reach. Anybody else have a reach for Square Enix? Exactly.
I don't have
Next one. PC Game Showcase. They're gonna show the 4080 Ti X257, and then they're gonna show you Fall Guys DLC. And say this will take advantage of the 4080 Ti, right, Jemiah? Is that how we do it? PC Gaming Showcase. They're gonna hype up Smite, League of Legends, Fall Guys, and then everybody could have their 4080s bleed from their PC with the power of Fall Guys running at a blazing 300 frames per second, and with hacks on that you cheat and win the game anyway, with the hotkeys and all that other shit. Anyway, so PC Gaming Showcase, you know what? Will Philness be there at the PC Gaming Showcase? Who knows? Will he be talking about Game Pass PC? All I know is that Phil is trying to shove Game Pass down everybody's face. I saw a fucking ad on my Amazon Fire Stick. Next to my Netflix app, I see an advertisement saying Xbox Game Pass. I'm like, what? They got it for the Fire Stick? Oh, no, it's just Xbox Game Pass. Interesting. So, nothing over there. Then we got Capcom's showcase. Capcom, what are they going to show? Monday, June 14th. What can Capcom show? They could show, let's see. Let me see if I click on what they could do. You think they showed that new game? What was that, Pragmata? That game that they showed last year at Sony's show? They
maybe we'll see, yeah.
Maybe
we'll see some more of that.
The Sims 5
Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh,
yeah, I know they're working on that. So,
what about what's going on with the restream or whatever, the Resident Evil that multiplayer? Like, is it not active yet?
Oh my god, I didn't even.
I click on it. It says it's not active yet.
Is it? It's not active yet?
No, it says it doesn't work. Has anybody played it? I haven't played it.
I bought Resident Evil. Didn't it come with Resident Evil 8?
Yes, I have it.
I just beat Resident Evil 8 today, so I don't really know.
I clicked on it, dude, and it's like it says we're not ready right now. I'm like, oh shit, but installed.
Why not?
I don't know. There's no way to ask that question. I'm not. Some people said later this year. I'm like, okay, well that's kind of weird. Why would you install it and load it up right to the main screen and saying we're not ready? I don't know. I gotta try it again. I haven't tried it in a couple of weeks. Maybe
that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. So Capcom fixed that. Resident Evil 4 remake, yes. I think that's going to be a showcase game. Definitely people will go crazy for that because that's the one that everybody wants. The Resident Evil 4. That had some set pieces in it too, which will be real interesting to see, remastered. Because they do some good remasters with that. Now we got Nintendo Direct. Do you think Nintendo Direct on Tuesday, June 15th, do you think that Nintendo will reveal the Pro Switch console at any of their directs?
No.
I think they'll do it their own event.
No. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Nintendo will show any console. This will be a game showcase for Nintendo. Another question. Do you think the Zelda 2 will be there at this show?
Yeah, I think we'll see something.
Okay, so I agree. I think there will be some Zelda. I don't think we're going to get a release date. No. You're not getting a release date, but I think they will show some gameplay of the next Legend of Zelda, which will melt the internet, even if they show like a second of it. That will melt the internet, and we will not see Metroid. I'm not even going to ask the question because we probably won't see that either. Jamal King says, I don't know. He don't know. Yeah, so Grinders, you think that we'll see Zelda gameplay? Say yes. Yes, Twisted Sync says, yes, we'll see Zelda. What is it called? The Link's Awakening? What the hell is it called? What the hell was it?
What, the new Zelda?
Yeah, the Zelda that launched with
Breath of the Wild 2,
Breath of the Wild 2, that's what it is. They call it Breath of the Wild, yeah. And then, finally, so we have no console, probably going to show Zelda. Probably, do you think they're going to have more fighters, like any kind of ones, like Banjo-Kazooie melted the internet? Do you think they'll have anybody else? I don't think they've done a real good job, though, with the DLC for that. Like, I think Banjo is pretty cool, but I think all the other people they're pulling from all those other, like, I don't think they really did a great job. Like, Joker was cool from Persona, but then when they started grabbing all those guys from that other game, I'm like, what is it? Not Dragon Quest. What the hell was it called? It's the, what the hell was Emblem Warriors or Fire Emblem? They grabbed like a whole bunch of people from Fire Emblem. I'm like, I don't know if they're going to continue. They'll probably have some DLC for Smash Brothers. I would like some more crossover, though. Put Kratos in there. Yeah. That'll be cool. And then we have EA Play. Yeah. That is...
Relax. You've been erased.
And they're all the way. E-Play on Thursday, July 22nd. Nobody's waiting for that day. EA Play, oh goodness. So, again, I really don't think there's a lot going on. And I also think that a lot of these shows are going to be a little just kind of like a refresher as to like they're coming out of the COVID stuff and they're coming back into the mainstream, trying to get back on a cadence. And I do think that a lot of these shows are going to kind of be safe, kind of like things that we kind of know, and maybe things that might be coming out in the next year or so, but more, I think more of like updates on things that we might have heard already, maybe some new games. I don't think it's going to be this brand new game show or blowout from any of these things. I think that this is kind of like we're trying to get our feet back on the ground. This is the kind of stuff that we had planned for last year, but, kind of slipped to this year. And, here's the stuff. And I think that's the way. Oh, shit. J-Cat says they only added one Fire Emblem character. Is that true? Because it seemed like they added 10 of them. Because I didn't know half of them. But where are all those fighting people? I think they added, did anybody from friggin', what is it? What the hell is it? They added. I gotta go look now. I want to see who the hell they added to Smash Brothers because I gotta see J-Cat. Let me see. Smash Brothers DLC. Who the hell did they add? I want to see. I put my panel to sleep talking about these other E3 conferences. See, everybody's sleeping. Let me see who they added here. They have. Oh, yeah, they've dropped the ball. They only have 2 fighting passes for this. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Here we go. So they added Sephiroth, which is pretty cool. Well, they had Cloud in there already. They added Minecraft characters. That's pretty cool. Here they are. Who are these people? Pyra and Murta. They're from those Fire Emblem games. There they are. They're still waiting for 2 more. So probably there will be more. Man, they're milking the shit out of this season. There will probably be 2 more announced. They didn't add Craig.
Add some Xenoblade characters.
Is that who Pyra and Murta are?
I think that's Xenoblade.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure.
No, Blayla. These guys are Fire Emblem.
I don't play some of those games.
Yeah, these are all right. Season 1 was pretty good.
I can't tell you because some of those games I just don't. I can't get into Fire Emblem and I can't get into
Xenoblade Chronicles. That's where they're from.
Yeah, I can't get into that.
They did Fire Emblem and Xenoblade. It says right here, Fire Emblem. What are you talking about? He says these guys are from Fire Emblem. Pyra and Murta. Right? Xenoblade 2. Sorry, guys. I'm getting yelled at now. The grind is getting mad at me because I'm shitting on these games because I don't know these people. I'm sorry. I didn't play these games on the 3D.
I tried to play Xenoblade. I just can't get into it.
I didn't. Yeah. And then they added Min from what was it? The fighting game, the slap. The hell is that? That Wii game with arms. That's what it was.
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't want to go back to Square, but
they all look the same. I'm sorry. Fire Emblem and Xenoblade. I'm sorry. They're just a blur to me. Both of those games. I thought that was
Square. I think Square does talk about that PlayStation exclusive.
Yes.
And I think that Square also says something about that new Final Fantasy coming.
Oh shit!
So I think a lot of Square Enix stuff that they show will be kind of relegated to some multi-plat, but then a lot of PlayStation.
They got a lot of deals with PlayStation. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, Battlefield 6 is tomorrow. That's right, Impatient.
Oh
EA plays dog shit. Yes, Battlefield 6.
I like Battlefield, but I honestly haven't liked any.
I have no anticipation.
Battlefield 4. Yeah,
they can miss me with that one. I just can't.
I'm hoping it's good.
I'm
hoping it's good.
If it's World War II, I don't care.
No, it's supposed to be.
No, it's supposed to be future.
Yeah,
it better be.
I'm sick of them World War II games.
I'm sorry, but this is the thing. You're gonna have Battlefield future fighting, Halo future fighting, and then you're gonna have goddamn Call of Duty going World War II, man. Like it's just like
Why do you want to go backwards? I don't understand that.
I do not want to Call of Duty.
I hate those old guns. I do not. That's why I don't like
it.
Those last Battlefield games, those last 2, I bought them, but I was like, these old ass guns.
Dude, man, give me something modern. And then they really Battlefield. You know, Battlefield's biggest problem to me is their map is they're not their map. The way they got their
level up
their
system sucks.
No. It's so convoluted when you go there and you're trying to figure out what you got to do. Like, where do you go to upgrade your weapons? It's so easy on Call of Duty.
It is.
It's straightforward and straight to the point.
Thing is, the Battlefield 4 had some of the most extensive weapon upgrade system. I mean, there was so many different attachments and things you could do with the weapons.
Yes.
And then Battlefield 5 and Battlefield, Battlefield 1. It's like I know they went backwards in time, but like the guns, you can't really customize them that much. Like, I just didn't like them going back. It just didn't work for me. I bought the games, but I played them a little bit and then I dropped them. And I'm more of a Battlefield person than Call of Duty person. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm more of a Battlefield person for the story, but I'm more of a Call of Duty person for the multiplayer.
We need to see
Battlefield
it, though. I want to see
Battlefield. Battlefield kind of lost me when their games just come out and they just like when Battlefield 4 didn't work and was so broken and took them almost
so broken.
Oh
they
my
did
God.
fix it though. They did, but it took a while. But I enjoyed it after they got it fixed.
We'll see. Remember that shit thing, Firestorm? That shitstorm? That
I
Battle
never
Royale
tried
mode?
that.
Oh my God.
You know, they said they have another Battle Royale mode coming for the new Battlefield, but it won't be available at launch. It's coming later.
Again? They're doing that again?
They're doing that again.
That's what killed the other one.
Exactly. If it doesn't launch with the game, people are not going to care about it.
No, nobody's going to come back and play. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah, I don't. Everybody wants to have a Battle Royale game. I think Battlefield had a particular lane that they did well in, and I don't know if they need Battle Royale. So,
what the hell?
You know,
somebody did a printout from GameStop, and they showed. Oh my God, I gotta see this. I'm just looking at some breaking news before we get into the E3 stuff. Somebody showed this from GameStop. Like, they were showing like the games releasing on the PS5 and what's coming on the Xbox Series X upcoming games. Anything stand out here? Metro Exodus complete, Tokyo Olympics, Scarlet Nexus, Alex Kidd, Greedfall, Observer, Forgotten City, Hot Wheels, Lost Judgment. Nothing on here. The trash. I don't know what the hell this is. This is all we know about. And then they're saying also, too, that RPG is supposed to launch on Game Pass. So speaking about Xbox, this is the show that, their E3 show. It's a Bethesda combination show, 90 minutes. They're saying like an RPG is supposed to drop in Game Pass. Grub Mankind is running around with rumors and shit. But I think it's probably Persona, maybe. Persona 5, maybe. Who the hell knows? But I guess.
I'm not going to play that game on Xbox. So
they're not going to. It doesn't matter. It's going to be like, we got that Persona game. Like, it's just.
Those Japanese RPGs just don't do well.
Just put them in Game Pass and they just sit there. Like, it is. And that's the other thing, too. It's like you sit there and you're like, I see some people playing like Judgment and they're like, Yakuza. Oh, yeah, I like Judgment. I like Yakuza. I'm like, those games, we played them 4 years ago. I was talking about them in 2017, 2018, when I just discovered the PlayStation 4. And I'm like, look at hey, I'm playing Yakuza Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2 and Yakuza 6. And everybody's like, nobody even said anything about it. Now, all of a sudden, they show up in fucking Trash Pass, and now it's like, oh, look, I got it in Trash Pass. But if they just gave it, if you had to buy it, you wouldn't buy it. You know what I mean? But it is just, again, like I was telling this to Frog, like this, the mentality that Game Pass is creating in just this group that we see on Twitter and stuff, just this mentality, I don't think it's healthy at all for gaming at all. Like, it just creates this kind of thing. Like, it's not even about the game anymore. It's about whether it's coming to Game Pass or not. Like, if it's a great game, but it's not coming to Game Pass, then there's a pause.
Did you talk about the Scarlet Nexus thing?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. That's what I was bringing it back. Okay. Yeah, to that thing. Like, people, like, if it's a great game, and it's like, oh, wow, look at this game. And then if it doesn't say at the end, coming to Game Pass, there's like a pause. Like, yeah.
And the dev. The thing is, like, Game Pass is I was going to say a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
But there's really, any compelling titles in there right now, first party titles. But you can see that devs on that platform, you have people that are waiting for a game to come to Game Pass instead of buying the game. So it's really going to hurt sales, especially third-party.
It will eventually
sales
if
on
it
that
gets big
platform
enough.
because people are going to be like, why don't I just wait and see if the title comes to Game Pass?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think that's a problem. I think that when you live like that as a gamer, and you're like, I'm gonna wait. You're gonna, it's kind of like that thing that they're saying, like, you pass up something that is really good, and you now everybody's talking about it, and you're kind of like, I'm gonna wait.
When does it become not worth it as a third party dev to even release your game on Xbox with the sales that they get?
Exactly.
Like, when does it become a point where it's like, if it's not even in Game Pass and I'm not getting a check from Microsoft, what's the point in putting my game on there when it's nobody's going to buy it?
Now, that's what it's become now, and I think that's why there's some extent to. I honestly believe, and I think that even people who are diehard Xbox fans believe this too. There's no growth on Microsoft's side as far as Xbox is concerned. I think that the people who are invested in the ecosystem stay there. And I think that Sony and Nintendo continue to grow more, and it's because you have the people who are like in that ecosystem. You have a lot of people that don't know about Game Pass, and they could care less about Game Pass if they do know it. But the people that we know in the community that are diehard Xbox people, I would expect them to really buy and support the games that they want, but they don't. They wait for everything to come in Game Pass. I've heard them say it. I won't say names, but I just heard them say, hey, if this is not Game Pass, I'll wait for it. Or I'll wait for this to come. And I'm like, I've never sat there and waited for a game to come into service.
Never.
I'm just like, if it's a game that I want, I'm going to buy it.
I'm going to get it.
I know.
I don't understand that mentality. I don't understand that
know what else is
mentality.
interesting too? It's like,
here, I'm not buying it.
And know what's interesting too? Like right before Game Pass dropped, a lot of the Ultimate Editions of games gave you early access to the game, which meant people didn't want to wait for those games. So like, Forzas and Gears, people were paying extra to play those games earlier. Now, like, there's games where it's like, I'll just wait for it to come to Game Pass. Like, it makes you a very complacent gamer. And I think the thing is if you wait for it to Game Pass, then you're not really interested in the game, or they're not really marketing it to you. And that's another problem. It's like, if everything you say, well, I don't like it. And that's what I'm saying. If Microsoft uses the showcase on Sunday and there's some games in there that are not in Game Pass, I think those games are not going to be really hyped up that much because it's not in Game Pass. But an old game,
games that Microsoft has marketing.
But if Microsoft comes out and it's like, here's a new game and it's in Game Pass, people will be like, like, you know what I mean? And I think that's weird. Like, it's not just a great game; it has to be in Game Pass for it to be great.
Way to think.
Which is weird.
Crazy. When Microsoft first announced, Game Pass, I fed into it and I was like, man, this seems $10 a month. This seems like a really great deal. You get all their first party games. But I do feel like this business model, it does affect the
buying habits,
the quality, the buying habits, the output. Because, it's like all we're concerned about is monthly active subscribers, not necessarily if people are actually playing the games or buying them anymore. So,
no, they're more concerned about. They're not even concerned about how well the game is built. It's like, as long as it's in the service, we're happy that it's there.
Yeah. Because we're feeding this beast, we're feeding this service with content. It doesn't matter what the content is, as long as there's something going in there.
Right.
So
the thing is, now getting into this conference, what do you think? We know Microsoft's conference, the Bethesda Microsoft's conference on Sunday. So I think we could all agree that Halo is going to be there. Now, what do you think of Halo Infinite is going to be there? Are they going to redo a campaign mission and they're going to do a multiplayer reveal with a beta? Or do you think they're going to focus, like what some rumors are saying, that they're just going to focus on the multiplayer aspect and mention beta? What do you think? I think
they just focus on mostly multiplayer. The reason I think they do that is because they want that's going to be the driving point, because you got to think they're competing against your Warzones, your Fortnites. Fortnite just got a big update, and they're competing against the Apex Legends. So they have to, with Halo only being primarily on consoles, being on one console and then PC, whereas the other ones are on multi-plats. Halo will never be the big contender it used to be. Call of Duty's too big, Fortnite's too big. So the thing is, I think they focused on the multiplayer. I think that's going to be their Game Pass bread and butter. That's a game that people stay on Game Pass if it's good as far as multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I think people could care less about anything else but the multiplayer. I think that's what keeps people that are in Game Pass ecosystem now that stays there. And I think that people who just like they don't care about Halo, it's like whatever. I don't think it really moves the needle. I mean, the last Halo, even I think the last Halo was their best exclusive last generation as far as like sales. I think I might be wrong, and I think it only sold like 6.5 mil. It didn't really do that good as like you would think a Halo franchise would do. And people can say, oh, people can blame it on 343 or Bethesda or whatever. It's not about the developers. I think that Halo has surpassed its time to be a competitive shooter.
There's a lot of challenges. You're right. Like there's Battlefield, but then you got your free services like Apex Legends and
once Call of Duty. Here's the
Duty.
kicker. Here's the key. Once Call of Duty came out and became king, Halo was done as far as the multiplayer king. Like there's even to this day, there's really nobody that can compete with Call of Duty in that multiplayer front every year. Now, when we talk about Battle Royale, Fortnite's a whole different story. But if you're just talking about just the multiplayer game, everybody buys every year, it's going to be Call of Duty. People aren't looking, if I'm on a PlayStation, I'm not checking for Halo for the most part, other than saying, oh, that's cool. And I think that the people who are in the Xbox ecosystem, they care about it. And I think that's great. I want it to be good. But people who are primarily in a PlayStation ecosystem, who aren't like me, who don't want to, who doesn't want to invest in another, they're not checking for Halo. So I think Halo multiplayer is where they focus, and I think they have to really come hard with that. They got to come hard with that. They got to show that not only are you playing on Series X and S, but if you're playing on the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, like it can play just as well. And there's a reason, to basically play this game wherever. Because
you don't think they're going to show the campaign?
I don't think so.
I think so. I think
it's multiplayer.
I think what they're going to do kind of like with Gears of War, not really show it until right before
if they do that.
Right before it launches, because I think they're afraid to show it again based off of the reception that they got last time. And honestly,
I think multiplayer is where it's at.
There's no.
Is this a multiplayer free to play? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, free to play.
Yeah,
and I think that's why they show it. I think that's their main reason.
And there's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way the graphical fidelity of that game increased that much in 1 year.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that game increased, and I think you're right. It would, but the thing is like if it did, they would squash that kind of worrying narrative if it showed well, and they kind of could move on from there. But if they choose not to show it, and like again, they're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they show it,
gonna see. Yeah,
like I'm saying, if they show it and it doesn't look that good, now it's like, oh shit, now they did this. But then if they don't show it, now it looks like they didn't fix it, or they're still working on it.
Are we gonna see the game actually running on a Series X, or is it still gonna be on PC?
I still think
even when
PC.
they're putting out these screenshots that look better, it's always on PC. We haven't seen any Xbox hardware running this Halo game at all. I cannot imagine if it looks like that on PC, what it's going to look like on a One S or a base Xbox One. Oh my god,
dude! I don't even know. Like the thing, this. Dude, I don't even know where to begin with this Halo stuff. I was hoping that they would just come out and show what they've done, but you're right. I don't have confidence.
Right, because to get the Halo 5 to run at 60 on the older hardware, I think the game was at either 720p or 900p.
That was not a new.
But the animations for the enemies in the background ran at 30 half the frame rate, and that's not even an open world game.
No,
I don't know. I'm scared to see what this game's gonna look like. I hope it's not a cyberpunk situation, but
I do think though it's gonna be. I think it's gonna come in.
How are they gonna be able to get this game running at 60 on the base consoles.
It'll run
I see what I think. This is the thing. I think that Halo, both multiplayer and single player, are going to come in hot. I think they're going to come in hot with just kind of.
Wait. Remember they said ray tracing wasn't even going to be available until like next year?
That was before
they delayed the game. That was before they delayed it. So do you think it will launch with ray tracing, or do you think they're still going to push it back?
I don't know, man. They should.
I think the story mode to get it. I don't know. Maybe Call of Duty has multiplayer, but Call of Duty is a different animal. I mean, if they base it to have maps similar to that, then yeah, they could do it on the Series X. I don't have much. I guess my thing is, I think that the game lives or dies by its multiplayer. I do think that.
Well, how, Frog? The multiplayer is not associated with the single player at all. They're two. If one's free to play, one's
not at all.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I was thinking about. Like, if you look at reviews of what Halo's going to be like, the single player, like the multiplayer is not going to be able to carry the single player. They're two separate things.
So maybe Halo Infinite multiplayer comes out this holiday.
That could be like a 90, and then the campaign could be a 60.
I think at this point, both have to launch together. I
can't
imagine. Listen,
even if they launch together, they're two different things. Like, how do you have a game? The campaign and co-op are based behind Game Pass. They're in Game Pass, and that's going to be a $60 game, right?
So think about
the multiplayer is free,
right?
No, what you saying? I'm heard you, Link.
Think about this. You know those microtransactions in Gears of War, which is a $60 title, right?
Yeah.
Were ridiculous. I cannot imagine a free-to-play Halo game what the microtransactions are going to be like.
It's gonna be ridiculous,
dude. It's gonna be, and it's gonna be probably bare bones multiplayer modes. I'm sure there'll be like 2 or 3, maybe 4 modes, 3 modes, and they're gonna add like big team battle and shit like that later on.
They're definitely gonna space that content out. Yeah.
What they better do is a season pass type of thing, because that's the only way to really
battle pass. They'll do a battle pass.
If they don't, yeah.
They'll do a battle pass in there.
Yeah, because it got to be a battle pass or some kind of battle. Because I agree with Link. Like I kind of agree. Like that game, that multiplayer can be riddled with microtransactions.
It will be. It's free.
It's going to be.
It can do well, but
it's free, dude. It's gonna be.
Jeez.
It's a different beast. It's like, Frog, you think about it, it's like almost like Warzone and Call of Duty. Like Warzone's its own thing, single player.
Things, right.
That's exactly what Halo multiplayer is.
You don't turn your like you just said, Call of Duty did something different. They put out a full price game, and then they
had multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
They just put the modes separate.
Multiplayer. I don't see how in the world you take your bread and butter multiplayer and make it just free to play.
Nobody's bringing that up, man. Nobody's even bringing that up. If Xbox fans and
I don't
diehard
see
fans,
how in the world
nobody's even concerned. And I can't believe how people sit back here and diehard bleed green out the ass and sit here with a straight face and go, "That's not concerning. That Halo multiplayer is free to play."
That is a little concerning.
I have no freaking clue.
Not a separate free-to-play Halo
mode.
But the multiplayer for the next
whole
Halo game
thing.
Is
the whole thing. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't even the Call of Duty model, dude. It's not even like you take Halo, you have the arena shooter and everything in your main game, and then you just separate out a battle royale or a big team battle and make that your free-to-play. No, they took the whole goddamn multiplayer and made it free-to-play.
Yep.
The whole thing, arena and friggin' whatever battle, whatever they do. It's been severed from the main campaign. So when you're paying $60, you're getting a free-to-play multiplayer and you're getting a open world campaign co-op. That's $60. Mm-hmm. So that's what you got. And the open world campaign co-op has created Craig. So the showpiece you're looking for was not a showpiece yet. And if Microsoft comes out here and just shows the multiplayer and says, "Hey, beta starting this weekend," and people just play Halo, and I heard Jeff Grubb was like, it's just going to be a Halo multiplayer. Like, it's not going to be anything different. It's just going to be, they're going to have the grappling gun and all this other stuff, but it's just going to be Halo. I'm like, oh,
is he that reliable? I don't know.
No, he's not. He's not. No. But the thing is that the other people besides him said that there's going to be a multiplayer focused at this thing. So, like, if you look at it, yes, they'll have those weapons and things like that, but are they going to have this? Like, see, what I want, if I was thinking next-gen Halo multiplayer, I'm thinking, like, Battlefield-esque, with pelicans that you could fly, drop off warthogs on the map, and fly a pelican and go pick up some ships and drop them off, like be like almost like a VTOL, have that big battles with like this huge epicness.
But how can you do that? How can you do that now?
I don't know.
Game running on that launch hardware, I don't think you can.
Well, that's their problem. That's what I thought. But that's my thought of what a next gen Halo.
If that's what it should be.
What I always wanted a Halo to be, like the evolvement was an open world, like a huge big team battle type with pelican drops and this. I liked Warzone. I thought Warzone. I didn't like the COD shit. I thought the COD shit just made it weird, like with the leveling up the CODs.
I never understood that.
Those requisition packs and stuff. I wasn't a fan. I liked the idea that there was AI on the map and bosses and stuff, but it was the same bosses, and you would just kind of farm the boss to try to get that. And the thing is that I feel their multiplayer needs to be the next evolution of it. Like it needs to be Warzone to the T, like big. They got to bring their Halo thing. If they try to do a big team battle or try to do something with, oh my God, Twisted says Jeff is joining the Johnny Bomb crew. So wait, he's leaving VentureBeat, or he's doing both? I don't care what he's doing.
Who cares?
Who cares what he's doing? He says stuff. Maybe it's some reliable, but the thing is like. I think he's been wrong on so many things, then he's been right. And, the way he even gives his leaks are kind of like, I don't know, it might be there, maybe there, not about it. Like, it's just like, I don't know why people use him as to writing articles. Like, just let the guy do what he does. But like, I don't know where all this credibility and inside knowledge comes from, but
where did he gain all this credibility?
I don't know. But he's riding the wave though, because whatever he says something.
I know he got it from. He got it from Glory Hole rooftop parties. That's
shit! Philness got him in the eye.
Listen, wasn't he the one who said? Who was it? Who
said Xbox Live was going to be free? It was him.
Yeah, and then they turned around and increased the price. Like that was insane.
Yes. And then he said that Starfield was going to come this year. And then Starfield now get this last year, and he goes, I may not said that Starfield was coming this year, but it is not coming next year. Maybe it's this year, maybe it's this year. I may have not said that, but I think I said that early on, but I was a little confused. I might have said it, but now it's not coming. Confirmed, it's not coming this year. I've been hearing the same thing. It's coming next year. It's like, the fuck is wrong? Like, stop. Like, I've heard
there's something wrong with that guy.
I don't know, man. If you watch his videos, he's like talking against himself again, and he's like, well, I think Halo's going to be this. I think that's going to be there, and my inside sources say this, and it's just like, I just don't understand, like, like how I could sit there and be like, oh yeah, he knows what, like he got the inside scoop. Like Rand and Jez sound more confident in what they know from whatever they talked about than he does. Like if I was going to write any articles, if I was like a news place, I would be following Rand and Jez Corden than him, because he's all over the place. May or may not, I don't know.
A lot of stuff. He gets a lot of things wrong
because he's just like, I don't know what his thoughts are, like what is his predictions or beliefs, and what this is. And I was saying, I think it was JCat. Shout out to JCat. She put in the thing like, the clip where he said about this whole what is it? This that game coming to not coming to Game Pass. The what the hell was it? The Nexus, Scarlet Nexus, right? He was, and you listen to this clip, and he's like, yeah, I said it back there. Scarlet Nexus is coming to to Game Pass. I know that Microsoft definitely does like those kind of deals, and Outriders was a last minute deal, and Scarlet Nexus I could see is coming to Game Pass. And then it's like, okay, fine. So you're speculating, fine, okay, that's fine. But then he goes, from what I heard.
Is he really hearing this stuff?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I think some of this stuff, he's hoping that it's right, and if it's right, he can be like, "See, I was right."
Exactly.
But if he's wrong, he was like, "Well, I just heard."
And then when he makes a bogus claim, he goes on 20 podcasts, and everybody wishes that he says something on their podcast, and they get some traction. Who the hell knows? But all I know is that he goes from what I heard. Now I'm like, oh, as soon as he said from what I heard, now it sounds like that he has an inside source, and now that's why people are writing the article. Because if he just said it, I don't think people. Well, I'm sure some stupid ass websites would do it, but. And yeah, Jaffe and the whole thing with the inside stuff. I've heard this. Like, I could sit here and be like, yeah, you know what? I heard from my insiders that Microsoft's not going to have, gameplay of Halo multiplayer. From what I heard, from my insiders, and people will be like, but it may not be. I don't know. My insider may be right, may be wrong. I don't know, but that's what I hear. Like, the thing is what this is why I don't understand. Xbox right now, the teasers. They are beyond a little cute teasers and cute news and stuff like that. They have to put it all out there.
We are. I mean,
it's
think
done,
about
dude.
It.
There's no more little teasers, little W's. There's no more little W's anymore. It's done.
It's been done. Enough. It's been long enough. Every narrative that or every excuse that they had, we don't have studios. Okay, now you got studios. There's no more excuses for Microsoft to not put out a good show and show off some high quality titles. There is no more time for people to wait anymore. I'm sick of this. Temper your expectations. Wait for the next E3.
Years, man?
Wait for the next E3 before we even see this E3. No.
You will hear. Well, they already said it. Like, people are already saying, well, this E3 is going to be because of COVID, and a lot of games got pushed out 6 months to a year. They're not going to show. Like, what?
It's just them welcoming Bethesda into the
my uncle works on Nintendo.
Microsoft
That's
studio.
Exactly what it's like.
Get out of here. Listen. You know what's crazy? You know what's so insane is that so Bethesda is now owned by Microsoft.
Yep.
Whereas they were a third-party studio. They were a third-party studio, and they did some exclusive stuff with PlayStation. But now you're going to add them to your show like you weren't already getting these games.
Yep.
I'm not. That's not acceptable to me.
Yeah, I know.
So
and 90 minutes. They kept the same amount of time, and they brought Bethesda onto their showcase. And you're right. The thing is that people are like, oh, they're gonna buy Sega. They're gonna buy this. It's not like Microsoft's gaining anything. Those games were coming to Xbox anyway. Wolfenstein, Starfield, all those games were coming to Xbox anyway.
They were already coming.
They were already coming. What is Microsoft gaining? What? That they go to Game Pass? All this hoopla is so that comes to Game Pass. That's the only thing. You're not gaining anything from this. Like, all you're getting is just more bullshit given more 23 studios. That's the thing. Like, and then the fact is that they take them, sleazy fucks that they are, and they take them and they say, well, you're going to combine your show with our show. You know what this is going to be? I'm telling you. We talked about Halo. It's going to be a Halo multiplayer with the beta, right? Mm-hmm. And I bet you a majority of that show is Todd Howard talking about Starfield. That's what that and then Starfield. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Todd Howard doing like his Fallout 4 demo with Starfield gameplay and him walking through Starfield. I think that's what it's going to be.
I don't think we're going to see Hellblade because they're still talking about cosplay and Hellblade 2. Yeah, I don't think we'll see that. That's the only game they really got coming out that I'm interested in. Really.
I know, me too.
And I guarantee you that's not anywhere near ready.
Like, you think you're going to see Avowed?
We could see some of that.
And I think they'll probably announce Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 probably get announced from Obsidian. Maybe they do Outer Worlds 2. There's rumors about that. Everwild. You think Everwild? You'll see that. They still don't know the game. Like, we haven't had any updates.
They don't even know where Everwild is.
I know. Perfect Dark, Fable. I think we'll see Forza Horizon 5. I think Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, we'll see Forza.
But the Perfect Dark and Fable, do you think we'll see gameplay? Maybe. He was playing something. Phil was smiling or something, unless he was playing some bullshit.
I don't think we see.
What about Voodoo Vince Part 2? What about Voodoo Vince 2?
Oh, God.
What about Killer Instinct 2? Conker's Bad Fur Day 2? Phantom Dust 2.
You don't want a sequel? You don't want a sequel to Voodoo Vince?
Phantom Dust 2.
No. I would hope we see some original titles, but my expectation is super low for whatever Xbox shows.
Ryan
it's very
Land
low.
says a little Halo and a bunch of Bethesda and a bunch of Game Pass. That's what I agree. I'll add a bunch of Game Pass, and I think that's
you know what?
Is.
Yeah, because you know what? I think the Nintendo and Sony come out and they show us things we didn't know about or things we're very interested in. And Microsoft, because their games are so far along, they just come out and show deals they have with new games coming out, and that's it.
That's what the rest of it is. So I think it's going to be Halo multiplayer. I don't think you're going to see too much of the single player, which I think. Listen to Link, like it'll be damned if you do, damned if you don't, but I don't think it's gonna fix that Halo's still not in trouble. Like I think they needed to kind of fix that this year, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that. I think they're gonna kind of point in the other direction, saying, "Hey, check out our multiplayer. Don't mind Craig behind the curtain." You know what I mean? And I think that's a problem because that's still gonna continue. Then if Halo's in trouble development, if they hide that campaign again. And the thing is that, and I heard people going, well, Halo's about the multiplayer. Fuck it. Every single E3, they've led with campaign. And they chose last year and the year before to highlight campaign first. So it's their bed, so they made it. So now they got to pull their ass out of that bed and tell us that there's nothing wrong with Halo.
And let me tell you something. If the first time we saw Halo Infinite, that trailer was very lackluster. Even forget about the graphics.
Yeah.
Forget about the graphics. There was no huge set piece that they showed off. It was just very underwhelming as far as they showed off. So
it looked like fan made. Pop in.
Yeah.
It didn't have any new vehicles. And you look at what his combat, like he pulls up and there's like 4 or 5 grunts. I'm like, you're in this open world. Are you going to tell me there's going to be patches of like 2 elites and a few grunts? Like, that's what's going to be in this world? Like, little patches of enemies?
Because this game is multiplayer for the multiplayer campaign, and the single player and the campaign.
But it's semi-open world, too. It's like sections.
Correct.
Yeah, Sam, we talked about Ratchet earlier. Sorry,
you may not be able to have a huge amount of enemies with that game still running open world on a base Xbox One because it may, you know what I'm saying? Like because of the fact that the game still has a multiplayer and the single player, may not be able to do as much as you want to do, with that title.
So we may have to scale some things back.
They're going to scale it down. Yeah, they're going to scale it down. So because it's still going to have to, because the multiplayer, there's no way you're playing on Series X and you have 20 elites on your screen and the person playing on the One S and has 3. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, dude. So Ryan says, what about State of Decay 3?
We're not seeing that yet.
Nope, we're not seeing that.
They started making that when they were bought, like 2018?
Yeah. We're not going to see that. Not right now.
Craig become a player.
What about Everwild? I guarantee you they show off some Sea of Thieves.
They can't show another trailer. Oh my god! So that's the thing. Like,
freaking Sea of Thieves.
I see people going, "Oh, they're gonna have some content updates for Sea of Thieves. They're going to show a flight simulator, running on the Xbox. They're gonna show Scorn. Wait, I'm not done. Wait. They're gonna show Scorn gameplay. They're gonna show the Stalker 2 gameplay. Because remember, they have a whole bunch of shit that they announced 1 year and 2 years ago that they haven't provided updates to.
Isn't out. So
it still isn't out.
There's lots of games at their last big show that have not come out. So.
Dude, and this is the problem that Microsoft puts themselves in. Sony is doing little state of plays, and they're revealing little things like they revealed the Kenna, they revealed Final Fantasy 16 at a state of play. They're doing a Ratchet. Forspoken. They did that at a state of play. Sony has been showing progress to their announcements. Microsoft showed some bullshit for showpiece stuff, avowed some friggin' like Hellblade 2 at the Game Awards 2019, and they haven't shown shit since that.
Look at a game like Kenna, right? That's a deal that PlayStation made with that smaller studio, right? Microsoft can't even make good second-party deals.
No,
they can't even do that right.
They can't do anything,
even pick out the right titles to buy exclusivity for time exclusivity for. They can't even do that right. I'm not gonna say I don't expect them to have a good show, because at this point they should have a good show, because we haven't seen much. So all these people trying to downplay this show and stuff, I'm not buying it. I want to see a good show.
Yeah. And I think, you know what? I think if you look at, and people are going to do this, I think if you look at it, what Microsoft's going to do on that thing and with Bethesda, I think it's going to be a good show, but it's not going to, I don't think it's not going to be the show that they need it to be, that the fans want it to be. And the thing is that unfortunately people say temper your expectations, but you want to know what? I really don't think that a lot of the what Xbox fans have anymore, their temptation, their anticipation is even that out there. I think what the people are expecting, that should be your status quo of what you deliver. It's the other stuff, the beyond that stuff. Like Microsoft should be at least delivering and meeting expectations. Because people are just saying, like, you know, I want to see some of these games you're working on. Just show me some gameplay. And the fact that Microsoft doesn't do that, and they kind of rely on these older Game Pass games, like, oh, Scorn, here's some gameplay, 5 minutes, and then they talk to the dev, and the dev's like, I've been working hard on Scorn. It's been tough with COVID. I've been at home, and I've been working here, and I really want to show. And he talks like for like fucking 4 minutes, and then he's like, and here's some gameplay of Scorn, and you're just like, all right, we got 90 minutes. Why is this guy taking 15 minutes of Scorn? Why is Scorn dominated? Crossfire X is another game, no updates. Crossfire X campaign, nothing. Phil was in the stage on 2019. He was rubbing his nipples up to fans' faces. His nipples rubbing in their faces. He was in the crowd, hyping up Crossfire X, saying he's so happy with his fucking goofy ass face. Oh, Crossfire X, I'm so happy. In the fucking crowd, the celebrity that he thinks he is. Didn't see shit about it. 2019, didn't fucking know Crossfire. Who? And you're going to take up your 2021 show when you need to release big games to demonstrate the power of your console. You're going to show games that you announced 2 years ago when the console didn't even fucking exist.
I'm still waiting on him making up the Street Fighter V exclusivity on PlayStation. Shit. I'm waiting on a lot of stuff from Phil.
Speaking about this stuff, Grinders, we're going to hit that like button right now because we're going to play a game. We're going to play, it's that time. Where's my fucking siren board? We are going to play Xbox Bingo. I'm going to really read off the bingo card of items that we think might be at the show. And we're going to get a yes and no from the panel. And we're going to see if we hit Xbox Bingo. Play along in the chat. We're going to read these things. Here we go. In no particular order. Nobody has seen this bingo card. Oh, snap. What's going on? Here it is. So here we go. Get your Xbox hats on. Bathe yourself in Philness. Here we go. Xbox Bingo 2021. Hold the phone. I got to find it where the hell I put it. Where's my Xbox Bingo card? Here it is. All right. If you've seen some of this already, do not... Well, whatever. I'm just going to read it, and we're going to see if we're going to hit it here. Where the fuck is my bingo card? Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm getting it. Xbox Bingo. Here we go. All right. We're going to play Xbox Bingo, Grinders. Are you ready? Free space is going to be given already, all right? So I'm just going to give everybody the free space. The free space answer is, will there be Philness at E3? That is a yes. So that is going to be our free space answer, is that there will be Philness at this E3. He will say some sort of bullshit, some sort of quote that we will love to use against him for the next 4 fucking years while we wait for a new game. So there will be Philness at E3. That is your free square. Now, here we go. Halo Infinite gameplay. Yes or no? Just Halo Infinite gameplay. Yes? Grinders in the chat. You said yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, there will be. Okay. Flight Simulator launch. Because guess what? Flight Simulator is a year old right now, and they're going to hype it up for the Series X.
I saw that game got rated for the Xbox One.
Oh, shit. So, yes or no? You think Flight Simulator will be at E3? People are saying yes.
No.
Oh, shit.
No.
You say no. Grinders say yes. No. You say no. Okay. Here's another one. Wolfenstein Premiere.
Ooh,
no.
No. Grinders, what do you think? Wolfenstein Premiere. Hold on, I gotta get my friggin' drawing board out here. Holy shit. What the hell's my thing? Can I draw on this? Shit, I can't draw on my thing. This doesn't work. Hold on. I gotta save it, then I can draw on it. So you think no Wolfenstein Premiere?
No Wolfenstein Premiere.
So you don't think Bethesda... Buck Rogers says he don't give a shit. Okay, well, thank you. You
nice.
You don't have to play. You don't want to play bingo.
That's pretty
All right,
funny.
so we got. Wait a second. I'm fucking drawing this fucking thing. Here we go. So we got circle gets the square. Flight Simulator, you said yes. Wolfenstein, you say no. Probably no. Okay, people say no. We got the Philness center square. Okay, I'm marking this up here. All right, next one. Oh, shit. Minecraft or Minecraft Dungeons update.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right, we got on the panel. We got to say, Buck Rogers says sorry, but it's true. Hey man, it definitely is. We're just having fun with some Philness bingo.
I would say yes.
You would say yes. All right. We're gonna go down now somewhere else. Kojima partnership. Xbox bingo. Xbox bingo.
No.
No.
I don't think Kojima's that dumb.
Kojima is not dumb. He will not get the square. Stalker 2 release date.
No.
Minecraft is unlocked. All right, so no Stalker 2 release date. Okay. We're not doing too well on Xbox bingo right here. Compulsion Games world premiere. Impatient said, fuck no.
What was that one?
I said Compulsion Games. You know, Frog, they make your favorite game. Well, We Happy Few. The game looked like fucking horse's ass.
No. Are they making a new game?
Yeah.
Microsoft bought them. I guess they're just eating cocktails and drinking fucking and eating brunch because they haven't done shit since 2018.
On the rooftop parties with the glory hole back.
Right. I'm gonna say yes. It's been long enough.
All right, he says long enough. We'll give Circle the square.
I would say no, but
Frog is gonna say no. Okay, well, Frog look at that one. All right, here we go. Starfield gameplay.
No.
What?
I think we'll see a CGI trailer or maybe like a flyover the engine, but I don't think we'll see.
I would say,
I
would say no. I would say no also.
Nobody wants to play Xbox bingo. It's like, who gives a shit?
It's kind of sad, man.
No, I got it. Okay, fine. It's the panels bingo. I already see the card, so I can't say yes or no. So I'm going to say yes. Starfield's going to be the show. There's a reason why they combined Bethesda there, because Phil needed some Philness in his own show. But anyway, you say no gameplay. You think CGI trailer, then we'll move on. Forza Horizon 5 world premiere. We're not even close to fucking bingo right now.
Okay, this is I don't know if this is a yes.
It says world premiere.
I think we'll see a Forza game. I don't know if it's going to be Forza 5, but we'll see a Forza game. So if I had to say...
Well, there's another option for Forza 8. What do you think, Forza 8? Release date. They're saying Forza 8 release date.
I'm thinking we're going to see a Forza 8 before we see a Forza Horizon game.
Really? All right. So
I think we might see a little bit, but I don't think we'll get a release date.
Yeah, I think
Forza 8.
I don't
so
think
you think Horizon? No.
I think Forza Horizon. No. Forza 8, yes.
All
The
right.
release date, no.
All right.
But yes, we're going to see a Forza game.
Psychonauts 2 release date.
Yes.
Okay. I think so. I think that's going to be a showcase there. God damn it.
Yeah,
Elden Ring. Anything at all?
No.
Yes. I think we're going to see a trailer.
At Microsoft Showcase? Because I know Jeff Keighley.
They have the marketing deal. They have the marketing deal. So
what? Nope. I don't think. All right,
we'll give that the link. Link will get a little.
I don't think the game.
That game has to be shown off. What is going on with it?
All right,
that's my problem. I don't know what's going on with it. That's why I don't think we'll see anything about it.
We'll give Link that one. All right. Did we say Compulsion Games World Premiere? Link says he thinks so, but Frog says hell no.
No.
All right. So wait a second. We're having a conflicting here for thing. Arcane Studios World Premiere.
No,
not yet.
All right, none of that stuff.
Too soon.
Halo multiplayer beta. I think yes, we agree on that one. There'll be some.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they better.
If not a beta, early access.
It's yes or no's. No, they betters.
Yes.
They better so is. I mean, yes.
J-Cat said no Rosenring.
Early access Halo beta. Yes.
All right. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. A huge game. Grinders are very excited about this one. Bright Memory release date.
No.
Remember that fucking game?
Yes.
Isn't that a small team?
But
that's one guy.
Bright Memory is also. But Bright Memory is also going to be multiplayer. They've already said
Bright
that.
Memory
even
Infinite.
though even though they try to say it was Xbox exclusive, we already know it's going to be multiplayer.
So we're saying no there. Okay.
I would say no, but I would say no.
All right.
Because
Crossfire X release date?
No.
Grinders, what do you think? Bright Hub. Everybody's saying no. I think nobody gives a shit. I think that's why everybody's saying no.
No, you know what?
All the stuff you're talking about, nobody cares about most of these.
Dude, this is Xbox Bingo. This is Xbox Bingo. I didn't make
it's not even nobody cares about it. It's just the fact that a lot of these games, like they talked about it and they've just been sitting stagnant and we know nothing about. So we don't. And then when they do come out, they just say, "Hey, Bright Memory is coming out next month," and we're like, "Oh, okay."
There's no build up for these games. Yeah, it's just
throw it in Game Pass and it's like whatever. So that's what I'm saying.
But you know what? There's been a trend that they don't generally show off stuff that's not in Game Pass anymore. So maybe we won't see. Maybe we won't see Elden Ring because
I don't know. They gotta show some stuff that's not in Game Pass. But that's what I mean. Like the hype is not in Game Pass.
I don't know if Microsoft shows it.
Nobody's saying Crossfire release date. Nobody wants this shit. So what's up, D Almighty Spartan? All right, so no Crossfire X release date. I think they're going to, because that's the kind of shit they're going to do to pad out their conference. They're going to pad out the shit that they have shown already and haven't done anything with. But nobody says, okay, here we go. We're not really doing well. Age of Empires 4 release date.
No. Wait.
This is the Xbox Bethesda conference, not the PC showcase.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah, I don't think so.
I didn't think about that.
I think that's going to be at the PC showcase.
I think that's a PC showcase. Yeah, that's not going to be an Xbox. Nobody cares about that.
Okay, now we can come to some exciting things here. Everwild gameplay.
Yes. I think we'll see it, but we won't know what it is.
Well, we've seen already 2 trailers of it.
I think we might see a deer running in the woods or something.
Yeah, D, we're doing Xbox Bingo right now.
You see the deer running in the woods?
Twisted says yes. J-Cat, I don't have a square for who gives a fuck. I'm sorry.
We don't even know what that game is.
So. I don't even know what to put for who gives a fuck. Is that a circle against a square? I have no clue in fucking Bingo. There's a lot of who gives a fucks with these things. Okay. So nobody. So wait a second. Everwild gameplay.
I'm wrong. No, we won't see it.
Oh, he changed his mind. Holy shit. All right. All right.
They don't even know what the game is, so I doubt.
All right, here we go. Xbox Game Studios' new IP.
Yes.
Okay.
It might not be good, but we'll see it.
All right.
Think about it. You getting stuff like Bleeding Edge. Why not?
All right. On the same lines as that one. So you think that's another word for that box is passion projects?
Yes.
Okay, Passion Projects will be there. All right, so the other one along the same lines. Buck Rogers, we need that option.
Is one of your
who gives a fuck bingo? That's what we're gonna play. Who gives a fuck bingo?
I think
who
we'll
gives a fuck if I
Grounded
win bingo?
I think we'll see Grounded.
Excuse me, I am reading Xbox bingo card. Those are not choices on the bingo card. Dude, the grinders are fucking going crazy. They're like, no one gives a shit about these games. Half of these games we don't know what they are. Patient Fire says, oh, shit. Man. Yo, if we were really playing bingo, half these people would have fucking walked out, turned over their bingo cards, and left. So here we go. Ready? Okay. Along those lines, Xbox Game Studios acquisition. You know, the thing that gets everybody wet and bothered.
Oh, yeah. They like acquisition more than games.
Yes. Oh, shit. Yes. That is a yes.
Game. Oh, yes. They're going to, yes.
That is a yes. We're getting close. All right. Well, we're not going to get that one. All right. We're coming to the final two. We got Phil Spencer t-shirt tees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You know, Phil Spencer wears a shirt about a tease.
He wears a t-shirt and it has something on it like Battletoads or something fucked up, and we're like, oh, this game is coming, and then they give us a shitty game.
You know, the last one. Yeah, I think the last shirt he had it said, "I take it in the ass" or something like that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does that.
He said no. His last shirt said, "I'm in the business of."
He said, "Meet me upstairs." His last shirt. Philness is upstairs.
No, matter of fact, his last shirt said "rooftop party."
Oh shit! He said, "Join me on the rooftop party." That's what he said.
Rooftop party.
All right, now here we go. We got two more left. IP revival, like a banjo or a conga or a fucking Viva Pinata.
They have a lot of IP. Why not?
Yes, I see that being a thing. Yes.
Really? You think that? You think they're gonna pull something out their ass? That's gonna be his shirt. Maybe that'll be his shirt.
Look at all the studios they have. They got something to hand out.
Yeah, I think that we get.
But we already know what all those studios are working on, though.
IP revival, and you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the very first Saints Row.
What?
Yeah. They're going to remake the very first Saints Row because it was only on Xbox, so they're just going to remake it.
Remake the... Who the hell wants that?
Why? Who would play that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Xbox will do something like that. Because who the hell wants
I'm going to put an X. I don't think they're going to... I don't think they're going to... They need a Killer Instinct, too. That's right. I don't think they're going to revive anything because I think they have no clue what the hell they're doing. They're not going to revive anything. What are they going to revive? They had all these years to revive something. Not reviving shit. Who are they going to revive it with? You know what everybody's working on.
You know why I think they didn't
Compulsion Games is going to do some shit?
They didn't have the studios now, but now I think that they have the studios. They can revive an IP and say, hey, you take this and do this game and make it better and better. Well, you know, are any of their studios as talented as Blue Point? I guess we got to look at that.
No.
No. So I don't know who.
So maybe not. Yeah, who couldn't make that? Yeah.
So we're gonna come to the final square, and this one is a sizzle reel of ID at Xbox games, basically Game Pass.
Of course.
Filler.
Yes, of course.
That is a guarantee. Yes. That is a guarantee.
Did we get bingo or no?
No. Anything dealing with Xboxes never gets a W. This is a major L. We did not get bingo on this sad-ass bingo card, guys. You guys suck.
It was Xbox a Sony sucks. Or Nintendo card. I probably could have got it, but
well, this is the Xbox card. Where the hell is it? People think that so this is the Xbox bingo. We failed to hit bingo. We take the L. And that's what it is, dude. We did not hit bingo. We came close. I think if we would have confirmed the Crossfire X release date, we would have hit the diagonal bingo. But Xbox bingo didn't. We did not hit it because you think Crossfire release date won't come. Where is it?
See, people are making that the new game that's coming out.
What game? Oh wait, hold on. Where is it? I'm gonna bring. So yes, unfortunately. We did not hit Xbox bingo. And here we go. Grinders, I hate to say it, I did not make this game up. This is basically inspired from the Xbox Series X Reddit post. This is Xbox Bingo.
Wait, really?
Yes. And it was the saddest bingo card I've ever seen because,
that's
again,
a bad bingo card.
I didn't make these topics up, Grinders. This is what the fans are making up. And it is the saddest set of announcements. It's nothing ever even exciting on it. Like, I wouldn't give a shit if I did blackout bingo to this and won the whole fucking deck. I still think it would have been a boring-ass showcase. People have things like new controller. I love all these things I was reading off. People are like, who gives a fuck? Dude, this is what they put on the bingo card.
I do think that they do announce a controller with. I do think they do announce a controller with haptic feedback. I do think they do that.
I don't think so yet.
Soundboard, sirens.
You know why I say they do is because Sony is just pushing out their red and black. I think E3 is a perfect time to say, hey, Xbox Series controller with new haptic feedback coming. Next year, March. Sometime summer. I think it's time. If they're smart, they do it because then they can because they're still in the early days of their console.
I forgot one. Wait, maybe we would have won here. Hold on, I forgot one.
Okay,
I forgot one. We might. No, we didn't hit it. Play Dead World Premiere. I forgot that one.
No.
Because we didn't get a Wolfenstein World Premiere, we're not going to get the straight. So
we're not going to get Play Dead.
Yeah, no. So it didn't matter anyway. No, there was no Xbox Bingo. But what I think is hilarious is that the people in the chat are just going crazy, going like, oh my God. Like, it was funny as I'm reading this. People are like, who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares? I'm like, this is the bingo card that people are going in. The not official one.
I think people have...
It's sad.
People know the 360 generation is the best generation of Xbox, and I think it's just you can't get better than that generation. Sony's had generation after generation after generation of really good hardware and software. Even the PS3, as bad as that generation was for them, they really did bring good software to the table. And I think that the biggest difference with the 360 generation, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. The biggest difference in why 360 was so successful is because a lot of third-party developers made their games multi-plat. Tekken, the Street Fighters, like games that never were on Xbox were multi-plat all of a sudden. So Calibers and so it was kind of like, well, everything's multi-plat, which actually hurt some of the series because Tekken is not even the same anymore. When Tekken was on PlayStation, it was a great series. Now this multi-plat is trash. I'm not saying it's Xbox's fault, but I'm just saying that it does. Dead or Alive should have stayed on Xbox, right? Because it was an Xbox fighting game. Tekken should have stayed on the Sony side, and then Smash Brothers and Nintendo. So I think those are games they should have been in that ecosystem of that console. And the reason I think a lot of games when they went multi-plat, I do think it hurt some games. It helped Call of Duty. Call of Duty needed to be multi-plat. Even though, when we think about it, like Call of Duty was strong on Xbox. Now Sony got the pan back. Like Call of Duty I don't think they can get that Call of Duty. Like, hey, we're the play. I heard somebody say Xbox is the best place to play. I'm like, are you just reading the slogan, or do you really believe that? Because I don't know how you can really believe it's the best place to play. And when you look at the things that it has, it can't. And maybe it's my opinion, it can't be the best place to play. You're saying it's the best place to play because a game that's backward compatible like Bayern Munich can run at 4K 60 on the Series X versus 1080. And I'm like, but this is a backward compatible game. When we're talking about the games that are being made from the ground up for PS5, for Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5 trounces it. There's nothing really to play on the Series X that is only built for the Series X. And it's the best place to play. It's the best version of it. Most of the games, it just doesn't make sense. Even the games that take advantage of the Series X and PS5, they still run better and look better and play better on PS5.
How in the world, as I look at these categories and you read off all these things, did we go from 360 to this?
This is an
exactly.
Dude, I'm even saying like this. I said when I saw this thing and I put it in the chat, I was just like, this is the saddest bingo card for E3 that I've ever seen. I'm like, even if they've completed this whole, everything was a yes, like it still wouldn't really mean anything. Like maybe the Kojima partnership would be the only interesting reach there, but everything else, like, it's a wrap. That's right, Nick. Like, it's just like, I don't understand. Exactly. So, and that's the other thing, too, I was saying, like what Sargent says, like the fine print, it's unofficial. This is inspired from the Reddit Xbox Series X. So this is a dream. Like, this is a fan-made bingo card, and this is what they came up with. Like, this is where your reach is. Like, I don't, like, you know, it's very uninspiring. Like, if this is where your expectations are, they better exceed them in spades, because this is a really not a great like, look how you went into the Sony showcase, man. They like showed God of War, Horizon, like they went out and showed them crazy ass games. But like, this is the big, and the thing is that Microsoft has not really built up, and I'm like, one of the things that's kind of weird too is they really are not even hyping up E3 so much. Like last year, they were like, watch gameplay, do this. Like Greenberg was hyping this shit up. Like everybody's going crazy. But you know, the other thing that's another disappointment, if we want to even bring it even a little down, like, did you hear that they're doing the FanFest pre-show? Did you guys hear that? Hello? You guys there? Is it just me?
Yeah, and I'm here. I was muted. My bad. Yeah.
So wait,
I agree.
Did you hear that what they're doing with the pre-show that they're doing before E3?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, hold on then. Grinders, you're gonna hear it. Hold on. I'm gonna play it right now because Phil had to do a video about it. So hear this. So you think like some of those announcements, where is he? Some of those announcements that he, that we're thinking like maybe on that 90-minute showcase, like maybe they'll have a pre-show where they'll announce some of those release dates, you know, get it out of the way, quote unquote, before the main show, right? So they are having a pre-show. They're having an Xbox FanFest pre-show. Where is he? Hold on. I'm going to get it right here. Where is it? Yes, they're having an Xbox FanFest watch party for this. And you can register for the event. See? You can register for the event. Xbox FanFest launch party, right? It's a watch party. And where's his video? Is this it? No. So they're doing a watch party where you can register, and you would think maybe it's like a pre-show where they'll show some stuff. Come on, let's watch it. I think it's an hour before the show. And yeah. So let's hear about it. Maybe they can announce some of those things and get it out of the way, right, Grinders? Let's hear what Phil has to say.
Hey, Xbox fans. We miss being able to see you and celebrate in person, so we'll be hosting a digital Xbox Fan Fest this year.
A digital Xbox Fan Fest this year. 1 hour before the show, you could get in and watch this. Maybe they're going to show a bunch of games, some updates on Compulsion Games, some updates on Crossfire X release date. You know, get the stuff out of the way so they can have a big show, the 90 minutes with Bethesda and Halo, and really bring the big games that people are waiting for, and they could kind of get the stuff out of the way before this pre-show with FanFest and get this pre-show going. It's an hour before. Let's hear what it's about.
I want to personally invite you to the Xbox Fan Fest watch party. We're looking forward to having fans from around the world join us to watch the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase together. We'll have a special Q&A live stream ahead of the show, and you'll have the opportunity to submit your questions.
A what? I'm gonna be like J Bar. A what?
Submit your questions ahead of time. to submit your question, and you'll have the opportunity to submit your questions ahead of time. Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, and I will be on live to answer some of your submitted questions. We hope to see you.
Like, where the fuck are the games?
Hey, Xbox fans, submit your questions ahead of the show, and you'll have the opportunity to submit your questions ahead of time.
I gotta stand up for this. All right, grinders. I am standing for this bullshit. So, you are having E3, 90-minute showcase with Bethesda. You are having a watch party, a fan fest. He's inviting you to this show. A pre-show before the show. And what he is offering to all you fans is for Sarah Bond, she's nice though, Aaron Greenberg, and Phil Spencer will be there, and you can ask them questions live. Are you hearing this? Because all I want to do is ask them questions. Why don't you use that hour before the show and show some goddamn games so that you could focus on the big games for your 90-minute showcase? Why are you telling people an hour before the show to submit questions like you're going to fucking Philness them? So, guys, circle gets to square. Philness is there and not even in the 90 minutes. He's going to fucking Philness you before the show. Before the show. You're going to ask some questions and he's going to be like, guys.
Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, and I will be on live to answer some of your submitted questions.
What questions will they answer before the show? Phil, what pants are you wearing today? Greenberg, do you really like Ori? Do you still have that costume? Sarah Bond, when are you going to take over Phil's job? What questions do I ask them before E3? This is the problem I have with Xbox. Who gives a shit about you? I don't fucking care about you. It's not about you. It's about the games. Why will you waste people's time to ask questions to you when I want the product? I want the games. This is the problem that they have. He thinks it's about him. Hey guys, it's E3. I'm going to give you about 45 minutes of my time and you could ask me any question you want. Submit them before. But fuck if I show you Crossfire X in the pre-show so I don't waste your 90 minutes of the main content of E3. Do you hear this shit?
To watch the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase together. We'll have a special Q&A live stream ahead of the show, and you'll have the opportunity to submit your questions ahead of time.
What?
Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, and I will be on live to answer some of your submitted questions. We hope to see you there.
What?
Hey, Xbox fans.
He's on repeat.
We miss being able to see you and celebrate in person, so we'll be hosting a digital Xbox Fan Fest this year. I want to personally invite you to the Xbox Fan Fest watch party. We're looking forward to having fans from around the world join us to watch the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase together. We'll have a special Q&A live stream ahead of the show, and you'll have the opportunity to submit your questions ahead of time. Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, and I will be on live to answer some of your submitted questions. We hope to see you there.
So, I understand that this is something that they do when you're at E3. They get everybody in the auditorium. Greenberg runs around. They got the hype machine. you know, this is what I understand. See. There's Major Nelson. There's Greenberg. There's Phil. There's Kudry. The fucking Kardashians we got here. We got the fucking Kardashians. There's fucking Kim. Chloe. There's fucking Chloe. The Kardashians. There they are. They're the Kardashians. I understand that they do the Fan Fest. It's cool. They give out merch. People are selling the shit on eBay, you know. Yeah, and they meet with the fans. I understand that. The meet and greets and all that other stuff. And it's a virtual environment. And they give out product and all this other stuff. And I'm sure PlayStation has their own, you know, when they did their thing. My thing is that you're doing this E3 virtually, right? There is so much that you have not shown. There's so much that you chose not to have these shows. Like, you haven't had these little shows here and there. You basically held everything for E3. Well, this is your show. Why don't you utilize that pre-show time and do some announcements and some release dates of some of these games that you've shown already, so that you have room in the main show to show some big stuff? Probably the real answer is that they don't have big stuff to show. Again. But I just think it's friggin', it boggles my mind when it's like, dude, we don't know anything about Hellblade. We know anything about Perfect Dark. Nothing about Fable. Nothing about Halo campaign. You put Craig in a corner, we don't hear him. Halo multiplayer was supposed to release. This game was supposed to release last year. We have Crossfire X. You got Scorn. You got all this shit that, like, it would be great for a pre-show. Instead, send me, Aaron, and Sarah Bond questions. Like they're the fucking Kardashians. Before the show. What am I going to ask you? Phil, are you excited for the Xbox showcase? What is it like to work at Microsoft? Like, what possible answers will they be providing in this pre-show? Want to be on my podcast? Like, what value does that have when there are games that people are clamoring for? Or do people not care about the games and they care more about him and the executives? This lust for executives. He's a movie star. I don't understand this. It's very egotistical to just be like, well, a half hour before and then you can ask me anything. What happens if somebody submits that question? Where are the games, Phil? Well, you'll see them. And there's some that I'm not showing. Leading up to this, since he's going to Philness you before the show, we're going to close today's show. Hit the like button, everybody. I know it's getting late. I think the grind is everybody's getting sleepy. But we're going to play the last game of Guess the Philness. So, anybody left? Am I in the Frogs link? If you want to play, jump on in. Grinders, get ready.
Yeah, we're here.
All right.
We're here.
We're doing Guess the Philness. Well, did you hear that stuff? What did you think about that? Did you hear what they were doing?
I don't know what to think anymore.
Speechless. Do you hear that? He's the frog. He's gonna open up the phone lines like basically a half hour before the Xbox show, not to show any release dates or games or pre-show, instead to ask him questions. And Aaron and Sarah. He's inviting you to ask them questions. What?
If anybody remembers when what's that girl's name? Iggy Azalea got on the mic and tried to freestyle, and she asked for people to call in to say that, and somebody said, "Yo, get that fucking shit off the mic, you trash." That's what's gonna happen.
He said submit your questions before, because I'm sure a lot of people are gonna send where are the games, what's going on, and they're gonna say like, oh, here's one from Xbox Fan 101. Phil, what do you like to do working at Xbox? So, Aaron Greenberg, what is your favorite game this year? Like, what? There's shit they need to show. There's product that needs to be shown. We just looked at that Xbox scorecard. Half that shit could have been addressed in a half-hour pre-show. Score and release date, this release date, you know? Like, they could have handled that off and then showed the big games. Perfect Dark Fate. Like, use the 90 minutes to show some big deals. Instead, they're going to hold all that Scorn, Flight Simulator, all that horse shit for the main show. Meanwhile, you could ask Phil Spencer questions before the show. That's what they're going to utilize that time. Here's a question for Grinds on Gears. If I hear that, he says they're gonna give out Xbox body wash. That's right. He's gonna take a shower. But like, I just don't understand the value in that. And I just think that it's very like, I understand the community aspect of it and the fan aspect of it. But again, he's not delivering. All right. The company's not delivering. It's a lot of just hope and dreams, and they're making moves, but we don't know the results of those moves. And he needs to prove those results. There's been a lot of stuff from last year. They fell off the face of the earth with Craig. Like, that stuff needs to be reassured at this show. There's a lot of things they need to catch up on. And people need to call them out going, this is not hitting it. You launched a console without any new games. We don't know what's on the horizon even beyond Halo. And now you just bought Bethesda, and so we got Starfield. But that's about it, man. Like, what's next? Like, where's the other games? What's the roadmap? I don't get it. Right. But now we're going to guess the Philness, because this is the thing. Like, this didn't just happen this year. We're going to go back in time. And I'm going to read some Phil Spencer quotes, and you're going to guess the year. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get on to my intro. Hold on. Here it is. We are starting the game. Guess the Philness Part 2 E3 Edition. Here we go. Philness quote number 1. Get ready, grinders. We'll see you guess the year. Xbox, this is a tweet to Phil Spencer. Let me see, where is it? Are you worried about the expectations on Microsoft's E3 conference by the core gamer? Phil Spencer responds, I know we'll never please everyone. Having some new partners on stage, some old friends, and knowing Xbox gamers are watching is fun. What year was that, Philness? We will. I will add another. I will add another quote from the conversation. 1 second, just to give you some. I'll add another quote from the same conversation. Yes, wanted to make the show entertaining. Some special things I want to show, so needed to do some things early. What year did Phil Spencer say this quote? Speaking about an E3. Every year. That's a good answer.
I said he said any year, I don't know.
Any year. All right. Well, we give up. Guess the Philness. Twisted Sinks is 2016. No, not 2016.
2017.
2017, no. He says right here, I know we'll never please everyone. Having some new partners on stage, some old friends, and knowing Xbox gamers are watching is fun. Guess the Philness. All right, well, we're not getting it. This is Philness 2014. We didn't get any takers on that one. After E3 2014, you know, when they were sort of on their downhill, remember the core gamers, they started losing the core gamers. And that's where, after Halo 5 released, that's when they lost them all. So let's see. Nick was close 2013. It was 2014. So now, here we go. Here's another Philness quote. Are you ready? Oh, here come the dates. 2014. Ryan did get it. Ryan Lands got 2014. Jemiah said 2018. Sorry, Jemiah. I got to forget. I'm on the delay with the chat. So, the second Philness quote. Guess the Philness. It seems, here's the quote. It seems like when any game comes out, there's that, is this one going here? Is this one going there? I'd rather be able to set more of an Xbox level expectation for our fans on where things are going to go. I thought we did that with our first party when we talked about game shipping on Xbox and PC.
Ooh, that sounds early. That sounds like an early Xbox quote. That sounds like some 2015 stuff.
That's a good idea, Frog. Think about when he started talking about.
It sounds like 2016.
What? Wait, what?
2016, because that sounds like a 2016 quote. That sounds like when they were really invested in like bringing everything to PC.
So yeah, like along those lines. Link, what did you say? We got some 2019s, 2016,
2019 or 2020.
2017.
I'm gonna go 2020.
Oh, Link got it. 2020, April 7th, my birthday. 2020. Yeah. Phil Spencer said that quote. Link got it.
I remember that. Yeah.
He remembers it.
All these games are going to the Switch and stuff, and people were saying stuff. And
man, Link got it, man.
Okay.
All right. Link got that one. The first of the Philness. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. Guess the Philness. Question number 3. What a game show, guys. Hit that like button. I know it's late, but we're going to get through this game show. Here we go. Somebody asked Phil on Twitters, are you feeling pretty good about your upcoming lineup as we head towards E3, Phil? These are the questions that people probably ask him in that pre-show. Anyway. Phil Spencer says, yes, in another E3 review right now. I like the lineup. Guess the year of Philness. Oh, cool, Nick. April babies. Woo. Jiggy says 2022. Probably. Yes, in another E3 review right now. I like the lineup. You know, these were like every year, January, people will say, hey, Phil, E3 is this year, and he'll be like, yep, working on it, wink, wink. Cool, Neil, we got all these April folk. That's right. Ryan says 2016, no. Nick says 2018, no. Frogs. Link, anybody?
Sounds like
he's excited about the lineup.
Sounds like a 20.
Think about an amazing lineup.
Oh, amazing lineup.
2016.
Wait.
This year they had lineup. This year, here's the hint. What's up, Ice Queen? This year they had an incredible lineup because he says he loves the lineup. So think. It had to be an incredible lineup.
2016.
Frogs gets the square. Frogs gets the 2017.
Yeah, 2017. Mm-hmm.
January of 2017, the year of the Series X monster. Phil Spencer said he liked the lineup.
Series X.
And what was the lineup? PUBG and Lucky's Tales and Crackdown that got delayed. That was the 2017 lineup. That's the shit that he liked, the lineup. Brian says he's excited about every lineup. Yes, he is. Let's see. I got let's see. All right. We're coming down here. Frog got one, Link got one. The Grinders are saying who gives a shit? Awesome. All right. Oh, this one, I don't know if this one will kind of give it away. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now that will give it away if I read that. All right. I'm going to read the in-between comment here of the Philness, and then I'll read the rest of it, and you'll get the whole picture. Phil Spencer says, in a quote on Twitter, "I apologize if that's how you took my comments. That wasn't my point. I honestly want all games to succeed." He was speaking about a statement of Philness that he made, and people went at him about it. Hint.
Hold on, wait. You said he made a statement. And...
Yes.
Okay, that was 2016.
He sucks at this Philness game. 2016? Is that?
Wait.
What?
No, it was 2017. 2017.
That's right. You got both got it. I give it both to you. He was speaking about, somebody said, what's the point of your interview? Seems like you're downplaying offline games because your platform lacks Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
So Phil, yep, exactly.
I didn't remember when those games came out.
Yes, good job. So he goes, I played Zelda. Hear what he said here. Played Zelda during the whole flight to the UK, not downplaying anything. Some try to turn everything into console wars. I don't. Hey, good job, JCat. JCat got 2017. And then Phil Spencer said, I apologize. That quote that I did. And then he goes, feedback taken. Maybe I should wear a Horizon Zero Dawn shirt at E3. Mm-hmm. That's what the fuck I said. Anyway. Sarcastic bastard. Turn into a console war. Now let's see. Do I have any more of let's see. All right. Well, I need a tiebreaker, and I don't think I have any more Philness quotes here, but let me see. I'm sure there's plenty of them. I'm going to do a bonus question because we have a tie here. Let's see. I'm going to have to find one more. We're going to have to go to my lovely assistant here to find one. Let's see here.
I got
Thief. Oh, here we go. I got it right here.
One of the things I really love about
What was this?
is the families that are here. And we see parents with the family.
All right. No, those are the ones people know about. Let me see. That's not a good one. I'm looking for the tiebreaker here. Let's see. Let's see. Guess the Philness has gone to the overtime here. Oh, when did he say that one? All right. Here is the quote, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I don't know if that gives it away. Nah, that's not a good quote. We need a good one. Sorry, Grinders. I'm finding this one. Oh, my favorite one. I deleted it. My favorite one. All right. This one's an easy one, though. Let's see if you remember this. All right. Quote. Let's see. Here's the quote. Here it is. Guess the Philness. Xbox One X still supports virtual reality. The head of Xbox video game unit tells CNET the new console is VR capable.
Hold on, wait. That's 20. That was 2016.
No, Frog.
No,
you
that
have
was
an answer?
2015. No, that was 2015.
2015.
Grinders?
Hold on, wait a minute. That was 2017. That was 2017.
There we go. Circle gets the square. Link got a second. He got it on the rebound. He got it on the rebound.
I had to think about what year the
2017.
Xbox One X came out.
Frog,
The
you
One
went
X came out.
backwards.
I had to think about it, yeah.
Link got the W. There he goes. He gets the soundboard of
Enough from me.
we got the games do the
The
talking.
games do our talking.
Dragon Quest at 2018. Twisted Sync, Nick got 2017. He said still. Hey, man. Philness, man. You never know. He said still, but it was in 2017 as the Xbox One X was coming out. J-Cat said 2018. It was 2017. You know, when they revealed the One X and they were talking that shit up. But, yeah, that concludes the Guess the Philness Part 2. There's plenty of Philness quotes. Actually, I've been looking at them. There are just so many of them. Like there's this other one. The biggest challenge I feel now is gamers' desire to continue to divide our industry. The mentality is that someone must fail in order for someone to succeed. Guess the Philness. Who knows? But anyway. That'll be for part 3 of Guess the Philness. And I'm sure there'll be brand new Philness quotes from this E3. He will do an interview
definitely.
after this one. You know there will be content is still flowing from Mr. Philness himself. But hope everybody enjoyed the games that we had this evening. We had over 75 people watching at one time. And then everybody's like, when we went to bed, when we started talking about PCs. But hit that like button, guys. Hit that share button. And thank you again for awesome Gaming Grindhouse and pre-E3 edition. We will be having possibly a reaction show on Sunday for the Xbox showcase, because again, that's really kind of the only one that really is going to have any. I think that's the only one I'm really looking forward to. The other ones, as we mentioned, are, you know, we'll see. I'm not going to sit through no EA Play horse shit. The dude is a pathological liar. Well, I hope Grinders enjoyed that. I know a lot of the Xbox bingo was who gives a shit, but again, that wasn't my bingo card. That was a fan-made one. So it tells you where the fans are with that one, which is kind of sad. Yeah, so this has been another Gaming Grindhouse, the pre-show extravaganza. I'll be thinking of more stuff to bring to the table for E3. I want to thank Frog and Link for coming on this over 3-hour show. J-Dub came on and then got disconnected, but you know, thanks J-Dub for stepping by. And yeah, we're going to have some great games to play this week. I'm going to be streaming some Guilty Gear, man. This is going to be Grinds My Guilty Gears stream. I'll be doing that probably tomorrow. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Sarah Bond too. Like, y'all ask us some questions. That's fine. Phil and get Greenberg could take a back seat for that one. But what happened to Cloud Gaming? That's we need a shirt for that one. What happened to Cloud Gaming? But you know, thank Frog coming on. Tell them where they can find your Frog on your channel.
You guys can find me at Frog's Dreams on YouTube. And WYB crew also. When I'm playing with you know, the WYB crew. Man, you can find me also on Twitter at Frog's Dream and at WYB Crew 2 on Twitter. Check me out there.
Nice,
man. It was a good show. Good show.
Oh, yeah. Great show, man. I had a blast. And Link, what did he give you on that Twitter link?
Oh, yeah. No links. And I hopped on kind of late, and I might pop up here and there. But
hey, man.
Don't have a YouTube channel. I do have Twitter, but I really don't tweet much. So I kind of just go in and read the foolishness.
Yeah, just read the spectacle.
Yeah, I don't get into all that stuff. I just like to read the silliness. And,
yeah, I do the same thing too, man. It's not even worth it to kind of like tweet out there and try to convince the general public as to like I just joke around and stuff with it, or maybe I'll put a comment out there. But some of the stuff is just like I have no time to deal with like a whole argument tweet about I don't know. I just read it for the entertainment. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. Hey, thank you, Grinders. Hit that like button. The support has been absolutely insane. You know, been hitting over 1K, now 1.1K, 1.2K on these shows. It's just awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the Gaming Grindhouse. Hopefully we'll be back next week on the same time, but we will do live reactions on Sunday. So we'll see we get together for that. I'm sure everybody will be doing that, but I want that here as well. And then do the Gaming Grindhouse. Most
definitely.
Yes, definitely. We gotta do
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I gotta get new sound clips. But it is the Talking Shit Battle Royale. That's right. So I'm gonna go back to playing some games, but I want to thank everybody. Awesome show, and hopefully you liked the Gaming Grindhouse game show, and guess the Philness and the Xbox bingo card, and we'll see how much of that bingo card is true. You know, come back and revisit that. But thank you again. And yes, hype for everybody who's getting Ratchet this week. Ratchet and Clank and Guilty Gear. If you got it, hit me up. We're gonna be playing some of that. Jemiah, thank you. Ghostface Ryan, Sergeant Jamal. It's late. Yes, Sergeant Ryan lands Twisted Sync. It's a late night, and thank you very much. Neil, Ice Queen Gaming came on late. Dragon Quest, thank you again, and good night, everybody. Grinders, I'm out. Peace.